pass the bear check to not be eaten. Holy shit.
All right, Mr. Dead. So, or sorry, Miss Dead. We're thinking
Oh
if
god,
you
you're coming
do
through Hot Shoes Mike as well.
Ah, fuck. I've got to figure. Hold on. I got this.
just mute yourself for now.
You guys sitting like next to each other or something?
Yeah, we're in the same hotel room.
Oh goodness.
No, so
Are you guys thinking pole to
we're-
pole or hole to hole?
all right, Miss Dead. We're thinking if you do permadie, then what you need to do is come back as another kobold, so we can make a kobold anti-tank rifle.
I'm not
crew.
letting you guys know. Don't worry. Me and Dead here had a conversation. We got
Come
plans, we
on,
got
it would be
alternatives.
cool, and you know it.
It would be, but Torn is our kobold. He is our small. We could have another small, but maybe not another kobold. I don't know. Maybe.
Had
We'll see.
another small, and then they got shot.
They got shot brutally.
You can only have one token kobold.
Yeah.
All right,
Otherwise,
we
they
need
compete.
someone. We need someone else small though, to be part of the anti-tank rifle crew.
God.
God. Alright. But, yeah, let me pull up my notes. Let me get my info here. Because I had a power outage. I'm realizing all my note pages are not here. So let me pull them up real quick.
All right. I gotta
While you're
get
doing that,
myself
I'm
out
gonna-
of happy mood. Someone just died. I have to be sad now.
I mean, do you?
A little bit.
Just a little. Alright, and pull up that. Okay. Hello, everybody. It is session 0.2. We Are Not Fine is going to be the name of this Evangelion-esque intro arc that I will say typically takes 2 sessions. This one looks like it may be taking 3. So, welcome to 0.2. We Are Not Fine. Last session, the party made their way to the little castle fortress ruins up in the middle of the Norwegian forest. Made their way through the Vel, effectively dispatched your patrols and outer perimeter security, realizing that not only have they been assumedly getting local mercenaries or some form of surplus gear being utilized, likely sparse on what they can afford as far as their security goes, let alone having security of this manner, is rather alarming to whatever they might be trying to do. You guys have made your way through the outer part of the ruins, and you're right outside the main keep, where last you saw a rainbow shot down from the sky, landed for a second within the keep, and then began to flicker and dissipated out again. In conjunction to that was a loud bang, louder than the other small arms and rifle fire going on, for about the last 20 minutes that you guys have been pushing through these ruins, as you realize the ferry and sort of point man for the party, Sabine, was shot out of the air by a hired Cossack from the Courland Cossacks, which is a somewhat more recent unit that Peter was somewhat knowledgeable of because of their obscureness with riding armored bears. You guys did put down the 2 of them that arrived and secured Sabine's body, where she has been handed off to the medic and lieutenant and radioman, who have fallen back a little ways, as you continue to basically prepare yourselves to make the final push into the central keep. You're not sure what to expect, you're not sure what might be in there, you're not sure exactly how dense it may be, and being down 1 party member, as well as down a little bit of health, some of your ammo, and a handful of spells already expended, it might be a little bit of a harder fight. Considering Sabine has died, or is currently dead at the moment, Shaggy, I am going to be nominating you so that you can still participate in the coming events if you would like. Would you like to still be hands-on involved? Because I have a way to do that.
I'm cool with that.
Alrighty. You will be playing out Team 2, the 3 commandos who are going to be moving up the flank with your team. Basically, any and every roll for them is just a d20 plus 1. I literally made all their stats a plus 1, so it'll be very easy to roll for them.
Sweet.
So you'll be acting and kind of playing out as second team. As we pan on over here to the map where we last left off. Allow me to recover this. Switch the musics. Go to a nice little tavern here. I believe you guys are transferred over. Okay. Reveal areas and let me. Yeah, there we go. You are revealed. Shaggy, you will have Rifleman number 1, Rifleman number 2, and Rifleman number 3 as your playable pieces for the time being. As they're kind of taking a knee behind you guys, looking to you, everybody is kind of taking a knee or crouched down behind this large fallen over tree. And I'm realizing I revealed a little too much, so let me go. Whatcha! Haha! There we go.
I have photographic memory.
That's fine. Also, each of your guys have a AC of 14 and a health of 20 each.
Cool.
So,
Let me write it down.
Yep. We now
I'm just
pick
gonna
up.
go left to right, 1, 2, 3. So.
That works. We now pick up.
Can you actually color those dots different colors?
I'll make it blue.
All right. In a bit of unfortunate timing, me and James are probably about to be moving.
Okay. About how long do you think you may be gone?
For the moment, you can keep talking. Just don't expect us to be talking.
Okay. So is everyone kind of...
AC 14, HP 20?
Yep, AC 14, HP 20.
Perfect.
So as you guys stack up, our Snake and Cossack will be a bit more silent during combat, so that may leave it to the other 3 of you and the commandos to choose. However, you guys are currently standing by, looking towards the outside of this fortress.
And I assume since we can't see him, there's a wall, like, around here.
Yeah,
Oh, I can't.
There's
There we
a
go.
wall on all sides of it. There's some lower portions here in the front. There is
All
a
right.
large gap on the right, and there is assumedly an entrance in the back as well.
All right. What about, well, from where I can see at least, any windows in the walls?
There's a few old sort of like porthole windows or like sort of archer slit windows, but they're kind of moss filled or dirt filled.
Okay.
Largely it's just the larger gaps in the wall, like here or possibly up here that you might be able to lean over and look into.
All right. Well, I don't exactly like the idea of running in there blind.
I'm still a bit frazzled from that last event.
Sometimes you just need to compartmentalize and move on and think about it later. Focus on what we have to do now.
Oh, I'm focusing. Well, it would be nice to be able to see inside.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any way to do that other than just getting closer?
There may be a way if you guys have a spell or a plausibility, but it seems like it might have to be a little bit of eyes on.
No, I don't got anything in magic for that. All my magic is mostly offensive stuff. No real
The
utility.
commandos have any grenades?
They each would have one hand grenade, yes.
I mean, it'd be such a shame to blow up a historic building like this, though.
No. There could be something important in there. No
can't just throw grenades.
Mm-hmm.
That's where the rainbow's going.
And there are probably lots of men in there with lots of guns that are going to be pointing at the inevitable only door.
Or they might be distracted by whatever that rainbow was.
All the better, then they won't notice the grenade.
Maybe someone should just go up and look.
Alright. I'll go take a look and see if I can hear anything.
All right.
You know, it's a real shame I can't use invisibility.
Oh, yeah. Oh no, do you have any spell slots left?
No.
Damn. Alright. Do I still have the Bardic Inspiration? I never used it last session.
You would still have it, technically, yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
Ooh. That's nice. Okay.
Yeah, all right. You'll be able to tiptoe up nice like. How do you move?
Yeah. More. So you said there might be some like moss-filled arrow slots, but still like
A few of them around.
around. I want to just try and, if I can, there we go. Like go around here and listen in and try and hear anything more than see at first.
Alrighty. You kind of get to the half-crumbled wall, clamber up over it, drop down to your feet, press your shoulder up, and try to kind of listen through one of the sort of mud and moss-filled arrow slits. Give me a perception check.
Alrighty. $15.
Okay, give me just a moment as I try to make
Of
sure
course.
Shaggy can actually control these dudes.
Oh, yeah.
I'm realizing he is unable to move them. Let me go here and fill it in as dead person. What's your name, Mrs. Dead Lady? Okay, there we go. As you kind of put your ear up and listen in, you hear what sounds like sort of a almost unmistakable Nordic chant. It's a very low, very deep in the throat sort of hum-like chant. And based upon the sound of it, it's coming from around in the middle of the room. You also hear one set of footsteps walking through with distinctly heavy metal feet.
Alright. And then you said there was a, like more crumbled wall around here, right?
Yeah, you have some crumbled wall here that you might be able to hop on over and get into. It's about
Well,
8 feet tall, maybe.
I
And
don't
then-
want to hop over there. I just want to actually get vision on it too.
Okay.
Some more kind of, just like slightly peek around, but not, fully go in there.
Alright.
Hang on, are these supposed to be the
The commandos, yeah.
okay.
So
Don't
the
you have?
three,
Oh, never mind. Those aren't guys. They're just.
yeah, they're dudes.
Okay.
Little riflemen.
I thought they were like wizard hats from being all the way zoomed out. It's like what?
I mean, they might be wizards.
They're
It's possible.
kit up as clansmen with Lee Enfields.
All right. If I were to head up with the scout, do I have to sneak up there, or are we still out of turn based?
Out of turn based,
with
but
the
you would have to
pop-up.
also roll stealth. Yeah, you'd also have to roll stealth. Shaggy already rolled stealth for those guys. They all passed.
Where's the door along there?
The door is assumedly on the east side.
Right here.
No, like
Over
up
here.
over here, like on the east
Where
side.
I'm at,
of the
there's
central
some
part.
there's some like crumbling wall that we could hop over where I'm at. But I'm not about to go storm in there. I'm more just checking the place out.
So as you kind of peek, your stealth roll is still applicable. You kind of raise and kind of look over, like, out of your peripheral vision to see what's there. Give me a investigation.
Alrighty. There we go.
Whew, barely enough. You raise up just high enough to look inside, and you can see what looks like a sort of central landing of sorts, where there is a smattering of about 5 or 6 very dilapidated, tired, almost ghoulish-looking figures in big-ass red robes. They're like carpet-thick red wool robes. They all have some sort of, it kind of looks like a modified cross symbol on their chest hanging from a little chain, and they're all kind of standing there in that sort of arms slightly down T-pose, all focused towards the center, where you see a pretty significant scorch mark in the middle that was just recently made.
Can I roll to see if I recognize the symbol?
Roll me investigation. Let's see if you can hard focus on it.
Alright. Aim roll again, okay.
Just barely enough. Let me find said picture.
Lamau.
Barely rolling enough. Cha.
Let's go.
So
Just
it's on
scraping
sort of a crucifix type pendant. In-game images.
Oh, there we go.
Good lord.
Oh. What the fuck?
You may roll me a history check, Nikos.
Base, let's go. Oh, that's just disappointing. 10.
Trying
Damn.
to remember, and the symbol, judging by what's on it and how much is all these odd symbols and seals, it's definitely more arcane in focus. And the only thing that's really jaunting your mind right now is something pertaining to the Golden Dawn. Is about all you can really remember, because nobody else has a crucifix symbol this ostentatious.
I got the damn flag of Morocco on there. Over on the left, it's Morocco.
Yeah, I know. I saw that.
Can you repeat that last part,
Luke?
The only part that you're able to recall is that it is it's somehow related to the Golden Dawn, is the name that's kind of bouncing in your head, Nikos, because they're the only ones with a crucifix symbol that is that loud for Leroy.
They also got a Lutheran cross on there, too.
If
The
he
center with
describes
the
this
rose.
to me and Torin, can we roll on it, or?
You haven't seen it yet. You
I'm
have to
waiting
take
for
a look.
somebody to ask.
Okay.
Kobold's kind of, sitting.
Does the kobold still have the
Alright.
rifle?
No, I actually, I'm upset I don't. I specifically mentioned that I dropped it last session.
Yep.
Damn.
Alright, well, now that I've seen what I can see, I'm gonna come back.
What did you see?
So there's about, at least from what I've seen, 7 monk-like guys over there with a incredibly intricate cross on them. And I'll attempt to describe this horrific thing.
Give me a... let's see, what would be a good roll for this?
Performance.
Give me
Roll
a good
to describe.
performance, yeah.
Performance.
Roll me performance.
Oh boy, okay. 6.
Well,
Well, it's got like the flag of Morocco on one side, even though Morocco doesn't technically exist right now, I think.
it's the would-be Moroccan cross. It looks like a rainbow. That's about all he's able to transcribe.
Has a Luther rose on it,
That is not helpful
yellow
at
and
all.
blue.
It sounds
Yeah, well-
familiar. Could you describe it as best as you can?
Damn, it's got Hebrew marks on it too.
So it's got some like Hebrew on there. It's yellow on the top, blue on the side, red on this side, black, yellow, orange, white.
Leroy, give me a history roll, please. See if this description jaunts your memory. Damn.
God damn.
So, Leroy, it hits you like a brick. The imagery pops up in your head. This isn't the Order of the Golden Circle seal. This is those motherfuckers that have a name that is so close, it's actually unironically been mistaken as the same group or a branch of them in Europe. The Golden Dawn, or the Order of the Golden Dawn, are a hermetic sort of occult in Norse Europe. And the only reason you know this is because there has been more than once that people have mistaken the Golden Circle and its order with the Order of the Golden Dawn.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I haven't done any research into this, so
That's
I
fine.
don't know what you want me to say.
Whatever you want to say about it.
The correct words are, I tell this to the party.
I don't know if he wants to let that
I'm
out.
reading into it.
I hate all this sitting
Yeah,
around.
I don't know what to say on this. I know what it is, but yeah. I haven't done any research into this.
It's all good. That's pretty much all you know at surface level, is they're a group that their name is routinely mistaken for the order that you know about.
On a scale of 1 to dangerous, how dangerous are these guys?
Not much is known about them. They're a pretty secretive group.
Well, there's a bunch of monks chanting in Norse.
Do I know anything? Can I make a religion check on that? Or Arcana? Or...
Hey, okay. Peter,
You're a
roll
bit-
me religion.
You're a bit closer to these guys than the rest of us would be. In just terms of geography.
It is known that they practice astrology, divination,
Roll
and
it.
geomancy.
I didn't roll it yet.
Oh, there we go.
Hey! Oof. You do understand and remember that these guys had a small footnote with the Finns in a rather difficult time between the Russian Empire and the various Sumis Northern European groups throughout history off and on. But other than knowing that, yeah, your order really doesn't like the Order of the Golden Dawn, your exact history or knowledge of them is rather vague as well, because you were never that far north. At least
I'm
not
telling
enough.
you. We should just throw a grenade in there. Make sure we throw a grenade before we enter every room.
Kobold
You know,
is starting to look
safest way to do this.
frustrated.
You know, there's a very, very interesting celebrity name in their list. Very interesting. But I'll leave it at that.
I'm just gonna go up there and look.
I too would like to step forward and
Do I need to check
and
to go up to that
investigate.
wall?
If you two want to go peek through the same crack in the wall that Nikos did, both of you roll me stealth.
Alright.
Ouch.
Ooh.
They're all chanting in a circle around a burn mark. So I'm assuming that's where we saw the rainbow come down.
You guys.
Oh dear.
You guys ever see the that meme where the two guys? It's like an older, maybe late '90s. The two troops try to bound across the street at the same time, and both of them trip on the asphalt and faceplant.
Yep.
You don't faceplant, but both of you try to like sidestep over this log at the same time, and sort of misjudge it, and both of you kind of like saddle it for a second and fall to the side and scramble back up to your feet on the other side of it. It makes a nice little pomp and scratch sound, but it still seems like they don't notice. You guys should be able to creep your way on up to the edge.
Well, that was terribly awkward.
I
You
won't
guys
say.
as
I
well.
won't. I won't say anything if you won't.
Deal.
About how high is this
Unfortunately,
wall?
we also saw it.
We all saw.
Kobold will not be able to see over this wall without a hand of assistance or some kobold claw brick climbing.
Pick me up.
Right, we need to get you some high heels.
Oh shit!
Are you feeling blue?
Well, that's a save, but you just what's that minus the
Close
save
enough.
modifier?
So the
I
save,
figured it was a strength roll to see if I could lift him.
Yep. So strength and save for him is the same because they're both at 0. However, yeah, he just kind of grabs you under the armpits, and while he's peeking over, raises you up like a muppet to look over as well.
Oh my god!
With the hand up the ass and all.
I was gonna
No,
say,
no.
does that mean I get to grab his intestines and make him squawk?
Oh no.
No
Both of
bad
you-
touch. No.
Both of you give me investigation. Ooh. Ooh, okay.
No. I'm too perturbed by the hands.
The hands into the armpits just holding you like a squeaky toy or like an angry cat. Just tail and feet hanging down below you, elongated. Long kobold. Yeah, the two of you peek on over and you look, and yeah, the description wasn't terribly far off, but seeing how loud these symbols are, yeah, it's some old decrepit guys in a circle. They're chanting in what seems to be Old Norse of some sort, around a large scorch mark in between them. And both of you look specifically at the necklaces that they're wearing with the crucifix hanging from it. It's rather large, solid gold, and it's painted over the front of it with all these symbols and seals and what have you. And yeah, both of you realize, yeah, that is straight up the Order of the Golden Dawn. Nobody else has a crucifix that loud and that bold and that angry. However, Leroy, you unfortunately only know the surface level of them because you've only ever really heard about them because they've been confused with an order you're familiar with. However, Torin, roll me history.
I recognize that terribly gaudy pennant.
Let's hope he doesn't roll a 2.
Damn.
Oh,
Fucking
nice.
+8 history every time.
Hey,
Hey.
Grover. Do my hands smell like pork to you?
Jeez.
He remembers
Sorry.
it because the pennant is so fucking ugly. It's impossible to forget.
It certainly is something.
It's like they let everyone draw a piece.
Alright, let me send this to you with the official name and designation and history and importance of these guys.
Oh gosh, I get the
You know
problem.
everything. You studied them in depthly.
You needed a 19 to know enough about these guys. You rolled a 23, so I get to add 2 of my little invisible spark notes to it.
Oh gosh.
Spark notes, they will light on fire.
He's second now.
Let me copy. Let me go here. I have a whole paragraph of info.
Oh,
Here you
God.
go, Torn.
These guys are the Order of the Golden Dawn, the hermetic
Nora dump.
of the study of the four Eves, esoteric philosophy, and astral travel. They aim to summon Hate and Skull, the creators of the sun and the moon, and the kids of Fenrir, bringing the Earth closer to its pure status and elements by the guide of terror. They're crazy. Kinda.
And in real life, had Arthur couldn't do it with part of them.
Something tells me that they're not going to be happy to see us. Put me down, please.
Before I put the kobold down, I'd like to have a look, as much as I can, a look inside the room from my position, see if there's anything else I can note that might be beneficial to us.
Give me investigation and another stealth to lean in a little bit more.
Oh boy. Oh, thank God.
Whew.
Pushing me against the wall.
Oh. All right. Let me.
It's alright.
reveal-
It's alright, my little brother. You needed to lose some weight anyway.
What?
So he kind of presses you against the wall a little bit as he leans in a little bit more, his whole head now showing up over the ledge as you kind of peek left and right and kind of look around. And you realize there's about 2 levels to this. You have the upper high level that sits about 15 feet off the ground, the mid level, which is about 10 feet off the ground, then the regular floor level. You have your large scorch mark in the middle of these 6 who are chanting. You have one overlooking them, however, he seems to be focusing on something in his palm. Something very small. He seems to be, like, kind of putting a finger to his palm, like he's writing something in it almost. And you see off into the corner, kind of idly looking out into the distance, his eyes are kind of rolled back in his head. His palms are facing upwards, and they're out to his side in a similar pose to these guys. And it looks like he just injected some creatine into his nervous system, because he is looking pretty strained and roided right now, like veins popping out of arm muscles, but also looking very relaxed in his sort of doped up state.
He just
This this doesn't look good. Looks like they're doing something significant, something major. I don't know if they're summoning or what. We better get back to the others and confer.
That's terrible. Put me down, please.
I'll think about it. You think I could shot put you over to the log from here? I put him down. I guess now we scuttle back to the log.
Alright, you guys kind of crouch walk back. One of the commandos are taking a knee there, covering for you, pulling perimeter, as the 5 of you reconvene.
So,
See, I told you that thing was incredibly busy.
I actually think the grenade thing might be a good idea.
Grenades are the solution to at least 50% of problem.
I suppose the building here is mostly ruined anyway. What's a grenade going to do to make it worse?
What's the other 50?
There's more personnel inside beyond the circle
Jesus.
beyond the circle of mystics. So once things go off, we're gonna need to hit hard and fast. We can't wait for the dust to settle.
We'll stack up outside the entrance, have the hoplite go first. As soon as the grenades go off, then we all push at once.
Who throws a grenade?
Whoever has them, which I assume is the commandos.
Let's hope they can. Let's hope we don't deal with any backfires. Lord knows.
Well,
don't
we
need
should probably inform them that we need their grenades over here.
I
At
say
the moment,
we have one of the commandos throw through the hole we were in. The other 2 will throw them in from the entrance.
That's a lot of grenades.
And then we all breach. Or perhaps another side hole if they can find one. And I can't do my accent with both earbuds full.
one of the commandos comes back down to you guys. I figure you guys are having a little bit of a meeting about what we're doing. I can relay information to the other guys.
We're gonna throw grenades.
We need a
Yes.
holy hand grenade of Antioch.
From just one of us or each of us?
2 of you will do it by the opening over there, and 1 will do it by the wall here.
From as many different from as many different entry points as you can manage.
It looks like are we just doing it right into the middle of those the summoning circle guys?
At least one into the middle of them if you can. The others should try and get the other two guys in the effect radius.
A firm. Luke, what's the range on grenades?
The stats for grenades to see how far you can throw a grenade is strength times 15. So whatever your strength modifier is, times 15 is how far you can throw a grenade.
Oh, 15 feet for these guys. Oh, wait, they're all +1, so it'd be 30 feet.
Yep.
Okay.
But 15
Quick maths.
times 1 is 15.
Base 15, and then for every one number above 0, it adds that to the 15.
Oh, okay.
So 30-foot throw
Okay.
range. Yeah.
There, same thing. Right here. Okay.
All right.
It's right here. Okay, that's perfect. All right, A firm. We'll stack up and get ready. He runs over, talks to this guy. Runs up. It's basically right behind that guy. He moves up to about there.
So the 5 of you, feel free to place yourselves on any outside part of this castle where you think you would like to be to breach.
There's only one entrance, right?
One main entrance, and that is on the eastern side. However, there is a lower ground entrance on the north side, but you kind of have to loop around a little bit.
Alright, how tall is this wall over here? Is this like full size, half size?
About 20 foot.
Okay, so we can like get up into here.
So this part, you see how there's kind of a landing that these two guys are standing on? There's kind of that shadow. That's about 5 feet up from this section, which is about 5 feet up from ground level. So that's about 15 feet off the ground. That wall goes up past that 15-foot mark. So that's about a 20-foot wall, that northern one.
Okay. But we do have a chance, so we can kind of sneak up to over here then?
Oh yeah, if you go along the west and north side, you can sneak all the way around to the edge of the wall itself without being seen at all.
So the question is, do we go as one group or two groups? Sorry, I forgot the accent.
That's. Look, I'm just looking for someone to follow here, okay?
Well, 2 groups would distract them more, but 1 group would be slightly more defensible with them all focusing towards me.
Careful what you
Oh,
ask
there it is.
for.
True.
Yeah, feel free to place yourselves where you'd like to move up to or where you'd like to be at the time of this initiating. Around the corner and down in the bush.
In the bush in the corner of the map.
We could have someone around over here, like, taking pot shots, shooting duck behind the wall.
We're
Can I roll to look around
would
and
that
see
be?
something that would be enough to let the kobold peek up over the wall here?
Unless you were to hold him up on a ladder or a stick, you can't raise him up high enough to be able to peek over.
No, I'm talking like a log that we could move over here that would be tall enough for that.
So you're about 6 foot. If you reach maybe 8 feet plus, you'd have to find a 10-foot log or pole to raise him up with. And he'd have to keep his balance.
That won't be a problem.
Be able to peek, like, here, where everyone was looking in earlier.
He can peek over that if he gets raised up by, like, hand. Or just given a box or something, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. We get a box that lets him see up right over here.
You can
We
stack
leave
it.
him here because that's like the most protected place, and he's
Yeah, if you
the
want to place
weakest
him
guy.
there, take just a couple extra moments. You'd be able to grab some of the brickwork laying on the ground, scoot it over there. You'd have to roll stealth, though, to do it.
What do you think, Doran?
It works for me. Maybe I'll scare them with this terrible pistol.
All right, whoever is good at doing things quietly should do it, and it is not me.
You guys are building a fucking step for the kobold.
Oh my god. Yeah, whoever wants to build the Playmobil steps, give me your stealth roll.
Jesus.
Screw it, I'll do it. Why not?
He's the friend that
hold on.
you need.
I'm gonna add my inspiration to that. It's a D6, right?
Yep.
Yes.
The last remnant.
Wow.
of
Let's go.
Sabine. Oh yeah, that's more than enough. You're able to grab a couple bricks, set it up, and it's actually 1, 2, then 3 bricks. And you're able to rise up enough to actually, once you fully stand up, Torn, fully outstretch your arm and aim if you needed to.
That is impressive craftsmanship on the fly.
What can I say? I'm Greek. We're good with building.
Hold on. You'll need to keep down a little bit until I throw my grenade.
Why don't you add some Corinthian columns?
Well, yeah, grenades explode.
Really complete the look.
Well, I would, but I don't have any marble.
Alright, so we got Leroy up over there. We got you two standing by there with the commandos. Snake towards the back, ready to cast. Peter, where are you going to be located?
Alright, where exactly is everybody? My screen is tiny. I have a tiny little 13-inch laptop.
Me and Torin are over here.
At the south side with one commando. Leroy's at the
Is there-
eastern entrance with 2 other commandos.
So, do you really want to be over here for the start? Don't you want to be somewhere where you can breach?
You can breach.
I thought I could jump over this wall, yeah. It's not
I'd
a
rather-
full wall here.
I'd rather you lead us back. Rather than jump over the wall, wouldn't it be better for you to lead a stack with all of us behind your protective shield?
Yeah,
The great
but we're
hoplite?
everyone's kind of split up at the moment.
Where is Snake?
He's hanging towards the
He's
back
over-
as a wizard because wizards on point aren't always thick.
Yeah, how about we all move over here with the hoplite in front?
These guys don't appear to be armed. I happen to know what kind of attacks they might use.
Considering they don't have any visible armament on them, maybe magical?
Yeah,
Alright.
that's potentially one reason why Kobold decided not to stack up.
Alright.
I mean, we built him the little step up there, but...
As
All
everybody
right.
kind of stacks up, you ready your books, ready your weapons, you're kind of getting ready. The commandos are looking across this gap to you guys as you took the long way around and are now across from them. They're ready to go. All 3 of them pull out a Mark 1 British hand grenade and pull the pin and are holding the spoon, getting ready to chuck it. And as you guys established, I'm guessing the 3 dots are where you're tossing the 3 grenades?
Yep. So as soon as I say go, it's essentially they're gonna move out, throw the 3 grenades in those 3 spots.
Alright.
Let me check one of them because I think. Yeah, you can recheck. Okay, perfect.
Alright. So
bottom one
those
could
3
definitely be-
spots there, and there.
Let me get my guys in position of where they are when they throw it.
Yeah, make sure everyone make sure your rifles and pistols and stuff are topped off first too.
Assumingly you guys would be able to reload unless you choose not to before this kicks off.
Yeah, I'm just reminding everyone to reset their mags now on the sheet.
Yep.
I'm going to declare a stance, grovel again. plus
Grovel
2
stance?
DC.
Okay.
That's where we're gonna be.
Alright, perfect. So as you guys kick this off, the commando looks to the other one, pats him on the shoulder. The two of them run around the corner, rifle in the left hand, grenade in the right, and both of them just football yeet their grenades forward. The one over the wall looks to you, Torn, gives a nod, chucks the grenade up over you before pulling his rifle and getting ready, and let me roll some saves.
You pulled the pin, right?
They already pulled the pin, yeah.
God, that would be the funniest shit.
It would be so over for us.
Without a pin.
Oh.
So I gotta
Comes
be-
back over still with the pin.
Do it again.
Roll me 3d4 3 times, dead man. So 3 sets of 3d4.
I'm just saving the thing real quick. So I can
Gotcha.
just go 1. Wow, that was terrible. 2.
Okay.
Sorry, my second one, I forgot to do something.
Also, you're rolling to me in private.
I know. Do you want me to roll out loud?
You can roll them out loud. I don't mind.
Okay, so let me redo that then.
Hey! Hey!
And it's gonna go in order. So green. Let me make sure my. So green, orange, then purple. Yep.
Green, orange, and purple. Okay. Let me subtract the health from these guys.
Oh, that purple one is perfect.
Blowing up a bunch of monks.
While he's doing that, I'm going to elaborate that I have my rifle out and my bayonet on the rifle.
Okay.
I got my sword and spear out.
Your magic helmet.
I have my throwing pistol out.
Not your shield, just your sword and spear.
Did I say sword and spear? I meant shield and spear. Look, my brain auto defaults to sword and shield. You know how it is.
He's an Athenian.
Oh wow. They're dead. Oh wow.
And let me update his health and his health. Okay. Wow.
Getting that out of the way.
I'd like to say I was right about the grenades.
Effective throws there, boys. Alright, let's get the combat music going. 3 commandos come running out, chuck their grenades. They land in the middle and to the sides of them as 5 of these guys are just riddled with fragmentation and explosive, falling or even getting slightly pushed to the side. The 2 nearest to the bottom of the little fortress both fall to a knee, getting shredded with shrapnel as their praying stops and comes to a sharp end. I need everybody to make me a Constitution save.
Oh no.
Ooh.
Oh no.
Woo! 17.
Oh, fuck me.
Oof.
Oh
Oh
god.
no.
Ooh.
Oh my god.
I'm behind a wall.
It's so
Hope
Jover.
it's enough. Jesus.
No walls stopping this. Let's see. Torn, Nikos, Leroy, Peter, Hachu. Okay. Those of you who had higher than a 14, which is Hachu, the second commando,
Orange.
and Nikos. So Orange, Nikos, and Hachu, you're only going to take half of this damage.
Oh.
Actually, I need to roll for the other 2 as well. No. That's a hard no. Damn. Okay. Alright. Not too bad. Concussive force explodes. You thought originally from the grenade, but whatever they were focusing on seemed to be like a gravitational force in the middle of these guys. As their prayer stops, it explodes outwards like a sonic boom, the literal moisture creating a wave, exploding outwards, borderline shattering eardrums. Everybody takes 8 damage except for Hachu, Nikos, and Orange, who take 4 damage instead.
Grenade bad!
Oh, I can edit it on their thing.
God, I have 3 health. Jesus H. Christ.
I would like
My ears are
everybody
bleeding.
to roll me initiative.
I already got mine on there if you saw it.
Fuck you.
Yep, I saw it. I'm about to add it now.
Oh wait, the other ones died?
Yeah, they died from the concussive force. They were down to 2 and 3 health, respectively.
Oh, they took it too. Oh, what the fuck?
Yep. Okay, so he got...
Green was 4, orange was 19, purple was 11.
Orange was a 19, and purple was an 11. Alright. Let me add
Nikos, what kind of an HP pool do you have?
a pretty good
What
HP.
kind of pool?
Who are you addressing?
Nikos.
Oh, I've got a pretty good one.
Okay, so 4 isn't gonna fuck you up.
No. I've got 20 health right now. I'm good.
He
Nick,
chonky.
what do you
I'm a chunky boy.
You're second on the list then.
Alright, first up in the turn order, Orange, having effectively just been thunderstruck in the face by a fucking concussive force on whatever they were focusing on, is the first in the order. Feel free to move. You can move the regular 30 human feet.
Can I see that guy, like, basically kind of staying partially behind the ledge?
Yep, you can see him.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna use basically, like, essentially half cover where he's, like, using the ledge prop, aim at him, and shoot.
Roll me an attack.
Oh, that's terrible.
Whew, that misses and hits a little wide, still a little wary from the concussive explosion that just happened.
And I'm basically gonna fire back to the wall, reload, do a reload.
Okay, full cover.
Yep.
Hachu, you're up.
Well, I will cast. Once I find it.
And large on the cobalt.
Oh no.
Oh, I don't have those type of spells.
Cast Reduce on Kobold.
Yes, tungsten balls.
It now becomes a tiny creature.
Kobold stomp.
Oh no. He becomes 8 feet tall. Oh, cool, he's just a lizard folk.
Let me. We'll use Chill Touch on. Oh, dang, they're all dead in the middle
Yeah, they're all dead.
already.
If the grenades didn't wipe them out, the concussive force finished off the last 2. You guys
Hey, look,
absolutely smashed all the cultists.
What's the height of this wall right here? Is it similar to the other one?
Which wall? Oh, the one you're pinging? That...
Yeah.
It's about a 10-foot wall, give or take.
There's no way I can see this guy over here.
How tall are you?
God, you told me and I don't remember.
You're about a 7-foot tall slouching, but you're also noodle. When you fully extend as far as you can while being, in quotations, bipedal, you can get about 13 feet tall.
Ah, well, in that case.
So you can kind
I'll
of
extend to
periscope
where
up
I
and
can-
over.
I'm a periscope my way up the top of that wall. Then.
Make sure to say ping.
Ping. Ping.
Alright, pops on up and over. What you doing?
Alright, can I see that guy?
You can indeed. You got full visibility of everything, including the effectiveness of those hand grenades.
Well, those hand grenades sure as were effective.
Hey, what?
They're all dead. Alright, well, I'll cast Chilling Touch on that guy over there.
Okay. Feel free to cast it for me, and I will see what he need to do. Because I do not recall. Damn, 20 damage?
That's just a roll to hit.
Oh no, that's just a roll to hit. Okay. Let's see. Create ghostly spell. Make a range. Oh yeah, range spell attack. Okay, yeah. Shit, 20 hits. Yeah, give me that. Let's see. A hit takes 1d8 necrotic. Can't regain hit points until the start of your next turn. Until then, the hand clings to the target. Okay. Yeah. Roll me a d8.
So I just roll the damage dice on it?
Yep. Just roll a damage
What's
dice.
the name?
Yeah. Oof.
Dang.
Oof. 1d8. That's a 1. Damn. Well,
Hey, every damage counts.
he can't heal in any way, so that's good. What else you got, buddy?
Already did my. Well, I didn't move all the way I could, but I'll go back down so he doesn't hit me.
Periscope back down like a friggin'
I need a
torpedo.
slide rule sound effect from here on out.
Torin, you're up.
Torin's gonna stand up and look over the wall and
Say mother fuck!
There's blood everywhere. Can I see this guy?
Yeah, you can see him.
Can I get a better look at like what he's got going on?
Give me an investigation.
I can never find it. Shit, there it is. No, I can't.
That's a big man wearing a bear skin.
Sorry, the red mist in the air. It's hard to see through it.
The smell of phosphorus is burning your eyes.
Kobold is not going to do anything because he is out of range and stunned by a pile of decimated bodies. That is my turn.
Peter, you're up. This breach is going shockingly effective so far.
That is because we use grenades, obviously.
Russian FSB taking notes. Jot that down, jot that down. Frag grenades on breach.
Why didn't we think of this?
I am going to step out around the corner and say a little prayer, whose words I cannot think of off the top of my head and do not have a chance to look up at the moment. And I'm going to cast prayer of healing on everyone within my line of sight who is friendly and within 30 feet.
That would be everybody except for the reptiles and the Southern Commando.
Alright.
He can't see me?
Actually, if you're peeking over the wall, you would be able to see Torn. Oh, 30-foot range? Yeah.
Yep.
Oh.
Damn.
I should have not said anything.
He's just standing there square-shouldered, slightly leaned back, one eye twitching.
Just, So yeah,
Alright,
Leroy, Nikos, Commando Purple, and Commando Orange all gain how much health?
2d6 plus my spellcasting ability modifier.
That's pretty spicy.
Dang.
Party healer getting to heal.
Well, potentially spicy.
Alright. So how do I cast that?
You don't effectively have to cast it, you just have to roll the healing dice.
Alright, what's the spellcasting modifier?
Your spellcasting modifier is, let me double check. As a cleric.
Cleric with wisdom?
Yeah, you have a +4.
So 2d6 plus 4. Where does it show on my roll page? Is that just the medicine or no?
No, you just roll 2d6 +4.
Oh, it's my charisma, isn't it? I'm a charisma caster.
Yeah.
That's how that works. Okay. See if I did that right.
I'm back to full with just your modifier.
Slash R space 2 D.
Yeah. Yeah, I just realized there's no way this guy can't get back to full, so. He's back at 20.
9 health, alright. Everybody gains back 9 health. At least of those 4.
Does that include me or not?
You know, I've always wondered that. I feel like you would heal yourself as well, so yeah. The prayer of healing should heal you too.
It is a prayer. It affects everyone in the area.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then I'm going to step back behind the wall the wall physical and the wall social. Of
Wall
the,
squared.
Of the water elemental.
Wall squared. Nikos, you're up.
Alright, well. Time to do my job.
That was 9 health all the way around.
9 health, yep.
Yes.
Time to do my job. Yell cool one-liners and historical quotes.
Uh-huh.
That was everybody else over there, right?
Go.
Or was that
here.
everybody?
No, that was everybody within 30 feet of me, so not you.
Can I see this guy from here?
From that position, you can, yes.
I can. Alright.
This is where I probably should note, this guy looks like a 8-foot-tall Norse Germanic man. It's kind of hard to miss him.
Yikes.
Let's
big
see.
man.
Average Swede.
Ah. Give me a second. My mouse is spazzing out on me. Okay, there we
The
go.
largest Spartan versus the smallest Swede.
I'm going to throw my spear at him.
Dude, a thug. Send it.
Yeah. Damn.
Ah, nope,
9.
that is a miss.
Alright. Then, as bonus action, I'll teleport it back to me.
Alrighty.
And that's all.
We now get to the bear, the man, the legend. He can't heal, so he's gonna do this. He has already been, his eyes have been rolled back in his head, and even with the grenades going off and the concussive force, it took that secondary explosion to finally knock him out of it. His arms are rippled, he is angry, he is gritting his teeth, he looks dirty, he looks unshaven and unclean, he's got a big, not really effectively dried out bear pelt on top of his head and shoulders and back. As he reaches down to his side and pulls up what looks like a real nice, meaty, sort of dimpled iron battle axe, like a great axe. Readies it in both hands, and I'm gonna rage here.
It seems like a somewhat impractical
Oh boy.
weapon.
As he goes into a rage state, as you can tell by the loud grunting and rumbling coming out of him, before he will jump down the 5-foot drop, land, and 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 is running towards the commando and the hoplite. However... yeah, he'll end his turn there. Next
Look
we
out,
get
he
to...
seems very angry.
He is irrationally angry. Commando Purple, you're up.
If I'm being honest, I think it's pretty irrational given what just happened.
Yeah.
Average Swede.
Man, 100 meters. Front.
God. The bear is rapidly approaching.
The poor unrecovered commando. Man.
Oh no. A 14 meets, so it will do half damage.
And let me see what the damage is, because I can't remember off the top of my head. Oh, okay.
2d10.
I'm good.
Yeah, your Lee Enfields do 2d10, like all basic rifles here.
So 7 damage.
Alright. Let me cut that in half. Takes 3 damage. All
Wait,
right.
No, he gets 7 damage. I cut it in half for you already.
He's raging.
Oh. Duh.
So a nice 303 British round catches him in the bicep, and it's almost like he's flexing too hard. It doesn't do nearly what you imagine a 303 British round should do to a bicep, and he just seems to kind of shrug it off.
It's like Nicolas Cage at the end of Con Air.
I'll take 5 foot step back again.
Gotcha. Leroy, you are up, sir.
We have a Nicolas Cage movie on a TV right now, hotel room actually.
You know, seen Con Air where the guy shoots him in the arm. And
That because the blast disoriented me. I was bleeding from my ears. I wasn't sure. I was like, this is twice now in the same day where I've come within an inch of death, and I've been saved. Blessings upon the fucking priest. I'm in a prime position to shoot
convert to Orthodoxy now.
Don't count your chickens. Don't count your chickens, priest. We ain't there yet.
One day.
But I'm in a prime position to shoot the raging bear from behind.
Gotcha.
So I'm gonna go ahead. I'm in range. I'm gonna go ahead and. Unfortunately, I was hoping to take at least one prisoner, but there's no way this fucker's going down with that. This fucker's gonna come quietly, so we're just gonna have to kill him. So no crippling shots. Just kill the motherfucker.
Send it.
All right.
Ooh, one short. It just barely passes over his shoulder at that range, trying to aim.
But bonus die. Hang on. I can't use my lucky feat for this, can I?
No, because you didn't roll one.
Lucky? No, you can use lucky. Lucky doesn't require it being that one.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's
You get 3 uses per long rest. You can just re-roll.
Okay. So I just need to
just re-roll.
Bring down the total from 3 to 2, or which one is it?
Oh yeah. The on the counter you get to drag it down from 3 to 2. Just make sure you bring it back to 3 once you rest.
Okay. So let's try that again. There we go.
Hey! I would like Peter to give me a perception roll really quick.
I'm just backwards.
I don't like it when the DM asks for an unprompted perception roll.
Yeah, it's always a scary thing.
I seem to only be able to find a persuasion. Give me a minute.
It is next to the persuasion. It is a P word per perception, persuasion, precipitation.
P.
Hey! So you're focused forward, as any good Cossack and battle-trained person would be. Focus on the enemy. But you can't help but look over your shoulder, and you catch the very last eighth of a second of what seems like a sort of very dull kind of golden outline around the forearm of Leroy fading away, as it's almost like there's a millisecond hiccup as he almost like double fires. It's like the hammer slams twice in that millisecond. It's like it almost like it's made of rubber. It hits the hammer, goes back halfway, then hits the hammer again, and you see the round sell out and catch the guy. Roll me damage, Leroy.
Fucking 600 ping cowboy over here.
Cool ass description.
The 600 ping cowboy. That's the best name. 6 damage. I'll cut that in half to 3. Alright. Catch him in the side with a 45 round. He doesn't take too much notice to it. This is your average Swede. He's okay.
Alright, and that constitutes the bonus action, correct? Using lucky?
Nope. You can use the lucky whenever. You still have your bonus action.
Alright, cool. take another shot.
Send it.
Fucking
Oof.
luck as shit today.
So that's a 9 on that roll. Would you like to use luck again?
Yeah, might as well.
Alright, send
I also have one left.
Yeah.
Whoa. Okay, that's an 18 to hit. Give me damage. Peter, give me another perception.
Wow, Kobold is just watching this guy fucking shrug off shots.
He's taken 3 hits down. He's just like, I'm okay.
He's getting angrier.
Another 10. You hear it, and you catch it in the corner of your eye barely once again as you look over. And yeah, there's that sort of golden... you've seen this on some paladins in the past. This sort of golden shimmer coming off of his arm as the hammer does this weird millisecond time-space loop and double strikes the pin again, selling out and hitting him.
After this fight is over, you and I need to have a talk.
I have no idea what you're referring to, sir. It's just a party trick, nothing more.
As we go to the next turn, Green, Commando Green.
A very useful one.
Not next turn yet. This is the last round, or last of the. Oh yeah, last turn of the first round.
Yeah.
So he moves up, kind of slightly. Actually, kobolds are small creatures, right?
They are. You can occupy the same space. Just don't teabag them.
No, he's not. He's basically gonna come up, and in your ear, Torin, you hear.
Yep. Potato chip. Yep. Potato chip.
Bit close, aren't you?
Ooh.
That's loud!
Ooh. So the first one will hit, second one will miss, however.
Second one is
It wouldn't
damage.
be loud because the barrel's
second
out
one's
past
damage.
the place.
Literally,
Be louder than you then.
fucking Kobold is screaming because he just had 2 rifle rounds blued off right above his fucking head.
No, only one rifle round.
Only one.
Yeah, the second one was damage. I misread it.
Oh, okay.
So, okay, he'll take 7 damage. Yeah, the commando gets up next to you and is like, don't move. And just aims, the barrel's like 3 feet in front of your face, and you get the back end of the muzzle flash, just bah, and he shoots this guy right in the side. This one actually does a bit of damage.
And that's gonna be his turn.
Alright, we now go to top of the turn order, Commando Orange, who is looking at a very angry bear.
So he's gonna actually kind of skirt down this way, basically keeping hunched over, kind of crouch, running, pulls up, goes to shoot. Oh.
Ooh, that sails clear past and hits the dirt. A little bit frenzied.
He got confused by the fact that he just got renewed with this vigor from healing, and it kind of threw off his aim a little bit.
His first ever magical heal in his life. Alright, we now go to Hachu. You're up.
Snake?
Hachu, James,
Snake!
Periscope, Elevator, Slinky. It is your turn.
These Zoomers and they phones.
Aw.
I'm having to use my phone as it because my little earbuds wouldn't connect to my laptop for some reason. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna do a Periscope thing again, but I'm gonna use.
Let me know if you guys get any feedback from my end. I unplugged the headset so I could listen in. I'm heating up some food.
Gotcha. We'll let you know.
Not allowed.
I'm gonna cast Toll of the Dead as a level 1 spell.
Okay. Cast it for me. And I will do the applicable roll. A wisdom saving throw. Ooh boy.
Wisdom for a friggin'
Against a barbarian?
Barbarian, yeah, that's not going well.
He rolled a whopping +1 to a total of 7. Roll your d12 necrotic damage, Sneck.
Press the name again, or do I?
Nope, you just roll a d12.
Yeah.
It's funny, your name's James S. It's almost like James.
James.
Oh, I refreshed the page and I forgot to set it back.
10 damage, okay.
James S for James Snake.
Yes.
A nice acidic sort of like bell sound tolls out, and you see it kind of degrade and start to rapidly age this barbarian a little bit as he loses almost an inch of posture and just seems more fatigued. What else you got, Hachu?
There it is. I was looking for that.
I can't. Jesus. Can't really. I can move still, but I don't know really where else to move.
Can't you shoot on a bonus action though?
You can.
Yeah, I guess I could shoot him. Yeah, I don't know how good that will be.
Give it a shot.
Literally.
You can nickel and dime him to death.
A shot. Yeah, let's go for it. Why not?
How do you kill a raging barbarian? Shoot him 3 times as many times.
Alright.
We just roll your attack,
There
and
it
we'll just
is.
subtract 2 from whatever the roll is.
Do rages have a time duration, or is it like until the fight's over? I don't know how the mechanic works.
To my knowledge, it's till the fight's over or you're down. Ooh. Okay, yeah, that hits. Give me damage.
Jesus, Renee.
Little 32 ACP pocket hammerless pistol peeks over with the elevator snake as he takes a little offhand shot.
Hey, I'm a scissor ladder snake, alright? Get that right.
Oh god, he's a scissor lift.
Don't tip him over!
Hope you're wearing your safety harness up there.
Want me to roll damage for you?
Gotta hear just 1 second.
There we go.
Wow, he yeeted that thing across the table.
Alright, that is 3 damage. Bam, alright. Before we get to Torin's turn, as you hit him with that little 32 ACP in his, like, right shoulder blade, it seems to lead him just far enough, having effectively been shot multiple times and rapidly aged and melted. He pauses for a moment as, let me move this to the next, thing. Torin gets a front row seat to this, which is gonna be fun.
Oh.
Oh dear.
Oh, you're standing in the middle of the circle.
Oh!
I still have a couple of spell slots.
So standing there, mid-rage, grunting, grinding his teeth, you start to notice that he's grinding his teeth so hard, he's actually starting to possibly shed bits of molar. He's starting to grip the axe so tight, he snaps in the middle, does a wider stance, throws both halves of the axe to the ground, reaches up, grabs the ears of the bear pelt he's wearing, and pulls the upper part of the jaw over the front of his face as you hear a guttural yell. He convulses, he tenses, and the way he's wearing it, the arms are kind of like sleeves, the pelt's going down his back. You see the fur start encroaching on the sides of his torso and his back. You see the jaw snap shut and yell out, the eyes start shining, the claws start to grow, and it basically... You ever see saran wrap like get heated onto a hot piece of food and it becomes the new skin?
All the time.
Fuck, druid.
As he starts to grow taller, starts to fill in his missing mass, as he stretches, and we can now resume combat.
Fucking cross class.
Torin, you are up.
So Torn was gonna pull out his pistol, but
now he just pees himself.
Instead, he looks kind of back and up at the commando behind him and just shouts, "Give!" And he's grabbing his rifle.
You're gonna take the rifle from the commando.
It's right there.
It's right there. He's not using it. Commando, do you let him have your rifle?
He's not even like trying to take it. He's just planting the butt on the top of his shoulder and aiming at them.
I'm gonna do something real quick. Because he actually might be confused enough that this will work. Torin, you get to decide high or low.
High or low?
High or low?
Low?
You take the rifle from him. He is so like perplexed at this that you literally just take it out of his hand. His hands are still sitting there like he has a rifle, but his mouth is wide open, eyes are wide, and he's just looking at this guy.
This average British commando just has his rifle snatched as you turn around. What are you doing with this new rifle, Tori?
What's the roll for this rifle?
Dexterity, same as any other weapon. However, you have disadvantage on it unless you support it with your bonus action.
Support it with bonus action.
All right. So make me a standard roll.
He's got the perfect place to rest it right on top of that wall. Made him a firing step and everything. This is the perfect place for this.
And he misses.
The perfect place for this kobold to be.
He doesn't miss.
What? Oh!
He's a large creature now.
Is it 2d10 for damage?
So fun fact. Actually, no. You'll find this out later. I'll let you guys see if you discover what's fun about this. Roll me damage, 2d10. Let me subtract 8 health. Actually, wait, no. He's still raging. That's 4. Haha.
Can a bear be raging? Is he a barbarian?
The barbarian. Actually, yes, he is. What else
Like
you got, Tarn?
Fucking barbarian druid, Jesus.
Torn is gonna shove the rifle back into the commando's hands like he never took it.
Alright.
At least work the bolt first.
And then scamper one step behind him and hide behind him.
Sounds good. Peter, you're up.
He drops the rifle.
He drops the rifle?
Yeah, I basically did a reflex save. See if you would keep onto it. Rifle falls to the floor.
Oh god. This poor commando is shooketh.
I am going to come out from around the corner, take a knee, and take a shot with my rifle.
Send it.
Well,
that hits. Give me damage. Ooh, 9 damage. That is still a lot, though. Ow. Yeah, good center mass shot into this bear as this new bear-headed form just lets out a nice guttural, drooling yell of rage. What else you got, Peter?
I'm going to cycle the rifle and fire again.
Alright. You'll subtract 2 from that roll. Well, it's a nat 1. But here's the funny thing. Actually, roll me a d6 first. Let's see what kind of nat 1 this is. The hammer goes down, but you have a dead round in the chamber.
Alright.
So essentially,
it
doesn't fire, you just have to cycle it, yeah.
I'm going to cycle it out, and I'm going to step back behind the wall.
Alrighty.
Turn to my my southern companion and say, "Why is it always bears today?" It is just
don't look
like
at
home.
me.
I'm
Don't
not sure
look
how
at
I
me.
like
It's
it.
your country that's associated with them, not me.
Nikos, you ready to go toe-to-toe with the demon bear, my friend? It is your turn.
I'm gonna take, a little bit of a step back
Yeah.
and throw my spear at him.
Alright, that hits. Give me damage. Alright, that's 5 damage.
Alright, bonus action, teleport it back. Let's see, I was like right there, 15. So I can go move just a bit more back, right there.
The poor commandos to die.
These commandos are gonna be the anime fodder. Commando Purple.
Fall back!
Fall
Commando
back!
Purple moves up there. Does it,
Now is the time of running.
to get up that hill, or is it just half movement?
It takes double movement for that one square. It's a 5-foot height, so it just takes 10 foot to move that.
Yeah, so that was only 15 feet over there in general, so.
Alright.
And then... Oh, what are you doing? Shoots at bear from back.
That hits. Roll me damage. 2d10. Dun, 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 dun. That is 5 more damage. You guys are putting a lot of rifle calibers into this large bipedal barbarian bear, but he seems perfectly fine.
It's a bear. Aim for the fucking head.
Barbarian?
His name's not Ian, is it?
Leroy, you're up.
All back.
Shoot him like you're Davy Crockett.
Which direction is the bear facing now?
He is currently facing Commando Orange.
Orange is
Alright, so I have a clear shot on the bear's head. I'm gonna try and go for a precision shot here.
Called shot in the head, okay. Roll me damage.
Damage? You mean shot?
Or shot.
Automatically hit.
That hits. Roll me damage.
You sound too confident when you say that.
No, right?
That's 2 damage.
He's like,
okay.
Damage.
Roll me the
I'm
damage.
just wondering
Give
when
me
the
the
Matilda's
damage.
showing up.
Alright, gonna take another shot.
Alright, offhand shot. Send it. And that hits. 3 more damage.
Fuck.
You guys are putting a lot of rifle and pistol calibers into this guy, but he is still there. What else you got, Leroy?
Now I look at the priest and inquire, don't you have any divine guidance on this one? Get us out of this pickle. Because I think we're gonna run out of ammo before this son of a gun goes down.
Good thing the spear never runs out of ammo.
Listen here, Pantheon. That's gonna be it for my turn.
Isn't Divine Guidance actually like a class trait I have?
I'm gonna duck around behind the corner, and I've got to reload next turn. So.
Alrighty. Divine Guidance is an actual spell, yeah. You also get Channel Divinity in time, based upon what class we choose. Alright. Commando Green, you are up.
Pick up your gun! Pick up your gun!
What are their rifles?
They have Lee Enfield, so it's just basic, the basic rifle stat. It just does 2d10 piercing, 180 and 300, 1 shot per attack action.
Okay. So, it's green guy?
Yep, it is green guy, the one that dropped his rifle and was next to Torn.
So he's moving back to here. As he does, he's gonna pick up his rifle, and he like double racks it, and that's literally his whole turn.
Where are you going?
Alright. Commando Orange. You are very close with big danger.
Yep, he's backing all the way the hell up the corner.
Alright, he puts his back to the wall in the corner. What else he do?
He's gonna try to shoot.
I hope you have your bayonet fixed.
Take a 16 hits.
When it rears up, stab it in the heart.
A 16 does hit. 4 more
4
damage.
damage.
Alright. Hachu! There's a lot of gunfire going off inside this little compound.
Hey, how many shots still a reload on the Enfield?
10 rounds.
Okay. I'm still good right now.
Yeah, correct me if I'm wrong, guys. They had 2 5-round stripper clips to reload the Enfield.
I think.
Yes, although it was doctrine to only reload 1 after fighting commenced. So
Yeah.
once you run through your first 10, you're on 5s.
Gotcha. So yeah, you got 10.
At least that's how they trained it in the manual. I'm sure sometimes they'd load 10, but it's, whatever.
All right.
I think Hachu's having a conversation.
I'm just thinking what I'm doing. Oh, it's not a lot I can do other than throw my magic at him and shoot him. So
That's what a wizard does, my man. He throws the spells, he blows stuff up.
maybe I should have been a warlock.
Fireball! Fireball! Fireball!
Fireball! Always fireball. Always fireball. Also keep in mind, you're only level 3. Wizard expands insanely as you get to higher levels.
Magic, do! Snake!
Well, I'm gonna hit him with the unnatural world once more. I'm gonna hit him with chill touch after doing my whole scissor lift thing again.
Alrighty. Snake does a little periscope scissor lift. Chuck your chill touch at him.
If I didn't actually click out of the character sheet, I would have put it immediately.
Oops.
You know
That
you can
hits.
minimize that, right? If you like click on the top bar of it.
Yeah, but for some reason I didn't like it when I did that, and then half my screen became white.
Oh.
Okay.
I'll try it again.
Never mind then.
Makes sense. roll me your damage.
I get a 1 again, aren't I?
The damblage.
Oh, I got a 3
A
this time.
3. Hey, okay. 3 necrotic.
Hey, can't heal again for this turn, so.
You can't heal again, so that helps. What else you got, Hachu?
Our fault now.
Shoot him! Shoot, 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 shoot!
I'm gonna take my pistol out and shoot him.
Alright.
That's the only other thing I
Send
can
that
do.
little
so.
offhand pistol shot. You bust out your little pocket 1911 and give him a nice little pew.
I should have gone for a 1911.
The cobalt in the distance. Shoot him. That hits.
I got my own hype man.
Give me damage. You two are a fun pair. You got scales. 3, that gets reduced to 2 damage. Alrighty. Torin!
Take it. That's damage.
I'm gonna turn around and look at this guy who's supposed to be like elite and shit. Who's like dropped his gun and is running away. Does this guy have any more grenades?
Nope. They only had 1 grenade on them each.
Shit. Shit. How's this guy looking? Is he looking like he's like gonna like fight, or is he like still fucking out of it?
What's he up to, Shaggy? What's he doing?
Sorry, is it my guy?
Yeah, green.
Sorry, green guy.
Torin's talking to green, yeah.
It's like, I just needed to compose myself. He picks up a round after he double like racked. He picks up the 2 rounds off the ground and just like pockets them real quick. I'm like, don't worry, I'm getting back in.
Okay. Shit, that means I can't take his gun again. Alright, shit, Thorin's just gonna hop back up on his little ladder step thing. I don't just for movement.
Getting a lot of hot mic and Hatsu.
Hatsu, you got the hot mic of your History Channel documentary.
Oh, that's Nicolas Cage. Sorry.
It is. It's gonna.
It's National Treasure. So.
Why am I not surprised?
Are they trying to steal the Declaration of Independence right now?
Does that hit?
That should be another thing for our to-do list.
What's it?
Stealing the
Oh,
Declaration.
weird. What the? Hold on.
Oh god.
It just disconnected my headphones for some reason. That was weird.
That hits. Give me damage, Torn.
No, the movie's basically over. So.
You guys get ready for some massive damage.
It's gonna roll out so much 25 ACP damage. It's a whole 2 damage.
I'm gonna shoot him again.
Alright. That hits. Give me damage.
Wow.
3 damage. Ow. Okay. 25 ACP's coming through.
Somehow, and then he's gonna scamper backwards and stand behind this guy again.
Alright. Peter, you're up. He's enraptured in Nicolas Cage's adorable ears.
I actually can't see the TV from where I am.
Aw.
Which is annoying because it is a great movie. National Treasure is one of my favorites.
You could say it's a treasure.
Damn it! I was just gonna say it.
The hoplite has a shield up, right?
Assumedly.
Would it be an action for me to try and draw the attention of the bear as I run across here?
You'd have. How do you want to draw his attention? Just noticing, yelling. Like, what do you do to draw his attention?
I wanna scream at it.
Intimidatingly or distractingly?
I want it to turn its attention to me, so I guess distractingly.
Performance.
Oh god, the Cossack putting on a screaming performance.
Alright, I get my harmonica.
Starts Russian dancing across the opening.
We'll see how well I roll.
Russian dancing men.
I did post a picture of what our current situation is like in here, by the way. If no one saw it.
I saw it, yeah. Damn, okay, yeah. You have the full unfortunate glare and anger of this very bloodied bear looking at you.
Alright, as I get behind the shield of the hoplite, I'm gonna take a shot at it. Is that gonna be my bonus action or a regular
That'd be an
shot?
action. Just getting his attention was like your item interaction. You could do that for free as you're just moving along.
Okay.
So you got your action and bonus action if you want to use them.
Yeah.
That hits. Give me damage.
Oh, that hits.
Four damage. Okay. Wow, he's looking haggard.
And I'm gonna cycle the action and shoot him again.
Alrighty. I've lost track of how many times you guys have shot this motherfucker. That hits. Give me damage.
One round of the magazine. No, it's like I rolled like a 3, so it's real low.
6 damage. Peter, where's specifically aiming on this guy?
How is he standing right now?
What's it?
Like, how is the bear? Is it like reared up? Is it like on its forelegs, just kind of looking at
He's
me, or what?
still human shaped, just
Oh.
bare head and arms, and he is bipedal
like,
man
standing?
bear. Yep, he is this full standing up there.
Yeah, I'm gonna aim for its heart.
I didn't catch that.
I'm gonna aim for its heart.
Okay. Cossack levels his lever-action cowboy Russian gun, because the Russians seem to have a lot of cowboy guns, oddly enough, when I think about it. Levels over the top of the hoplite shield. Nikos, you kind of look up for a second, pulls the trigger, sends the round out. It catches him right through the center of his chest, catches the side of his heart, and you hear a nice, solid ripping as you get a full penetration shot somehow. And for a half moment, the bear tenses, takes one step forward, starts to look at some of the others to the side, looks at the purple commando, raises one of its claws up, and just flumps over and falls to the side. As it does and it hits the ground, a bunch of dust kind of poofing out in all directions from this large monstrosity. The body begins to slowly shrink and contort and twist on itself as the bear skin kind of separates from the body, having replaced the effective skin and muscle and membrane of what was once a person. It doesn't return it as the bear pelt falls off and kind of is sort of laying to the side of this half of a body as combat will end. As everybody is able to fully raise up, take a half breath for a moment, and yeah, you have secured the main keep.
Green,
I'm gonna go over and I'm gonna stab him with my bayonet.
Oh, well, the green guy jumped over the wall as soon as it went dead. I just shot it, tried to shoot at it 4 times.
Oh, now you shoot him.
He puts 4 more rounds into the body. Basically the back half of it got filleted off or replaced by the bear pelt, and now that the bear pelt has kind of fallen off of him like when you lose a cloak, he's just shooting into what's left of a corpse.
Alright. I'm also gonna, so since he's done that, as soon as we're all in here, I'm gonna look at Torin and I'm gonna say leech it and I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds on him.
Ooh.
And I'm gonna walk up while reloading my pistol because I am empty.
Holy shit, 14?
Alright. Yeah, everyone's able to reload, check your mags and ammo, kind of address any wounds as Peter starts healing Torin.
Yeah, that got me back.
Thank
I'm gonna
you.
try and save my spells. So the green commando has a med kit on him, right?
They should all have one med kit on them, yeah.
Can we do investigative checks on this particular
Can
individual?
I take his med kit and heal him? Will he let me do that or no?
You can do that, yeah.
Will he let me do that since we have someone playing him?
Since it's out of combat or any real turn order, you'll be able to take about a half minute to a minute kind of addressing and wrapping him and making sure he's good to go, just kind of double checking he doesn't have a concussion or nothing. And yeah, you can fully heal up.
So I was gonna say that investigation check, which I just nat 20'd, is looking for that trinket that one of those guys was holding.
Yeah, we'll get to the investigation here in just a second.
Sorry, I jumped the gun there.
I already fudged my roll, so he's got it.
All good. Any other healing or weaponry items? Anything anybody would like to do?
Okay, so you don't need me to roll for the.
Nah, you don't have to roll for that. He's able to heal himself, and with you assisting, he'll be able to fully heal up, no problem.
Okay. Sweet. Yeah, then I guess I'm going to take a look at everyone too. Actually, I'm going to go and I'm going to focus on this guy up here.
I reload my gun, but it is out of bullets, aside from what's left in the magazine.
You take your half-empty mag and pop it in there.
Oh, it's still in there. It's just there's 4 bullets left.
Oh shit. Okay. So each of you, who are you guys kind of looking into, or what are you investigating? We'll kind of go down the order here. Torrin was looking at a pendant, you said. Leroy, what were you going after?
Just some identifying marks. Kind of trying to see if in any way he was affiliated with the organization of the Golden Dawn, or if hired mercenary, something like he clearly had some kind of status. I'm trying to determine what that is.
Okay. Peter, what were you investigating?
I'm going to investigate this guy up here.
Okay. Just kind of look him over in general?
Yeah.
Right,
Search him, see if he has anything interesting on it.
Roll me an investigation. Nikos, what are you doing?
Nikos.
Achilles, Nico.
You're still muted.
Nikos is muted?
Oh wait, no, not Nico. Sorry, name spider.
I'm gonna take a look at the sigil that's on the ground.
Okay.
Hello?
Hey, there he is. Now he's back.
Oh, I can't hear you now. What is happening?
Oh, shit. I have an idea to fix this. Everybody, hold your horses.
Hello?
My boys gonna mess you up. I rolled a one. Fuck.
Hello?
Oh,
I can hear you?
Can you hear?
There we go.
Hey, it works.
I can hear you.
You're gonna need to restart your stream.
That was weird.
Yep.
Okay.
Got it. Stream's back up.
Okay, well, what I was trying to say is just grabbing one of their emblems off of them.
Okay. You're just gonna grab one of those? Yeah, that won't require any investigation.
Yeah. No, what the heck happened? Why I just suddenly, like...
It happens sometimes. Discord gets
weird.
Funky. And Hachu,
Ghosts.
What were you doing again?
I'm looking at this, the mark where the rainbow went down, see if I can identify anything with it.
Roll me investigation and arcana.
Alright.
Just arcana.
Okay, I'll do whatever one I find first. Okay, I found arcana first, so I'll do that one.
Our investigation.
Arcana and investigation. For Hachu.
Yeah. I just came across that one first, so
Alphabetical.
investigation. Hey, that's actually higher.
Hey, okay, cool. So I'll go down the list here, addressing each of you and what you guys were going through. So, Torn, you go after the sigil on one of these cultist chests, the one that's, funnily enough, the least riddled with shrapnel from the hand grenades you guys breached with. And you kind of take the sigil off around his neck and pull it up and look at it. And it is the same as the one in in-game images. It's solid gold, it is hand-painted, and it is covered in symbols and iconography and summoning seals, and it's got a lot. There's kind of like you were recalling with some of your historical knowledge. These guys dabble in kind of a everything is all together but the same thing sort of mentality. They're really big into the stars and the idea of astral travel, a whole lot of esoteric sort of philosophy and idea of the four Eves and different seasons. They believe every pantheon really exists just as one pantheon altogether. They're odd, and they've had a somewhat star-studded history in the past, but it's a very scattered timeline.
Wow. These are actually quite rare, probably because everyone melts them down for gold because they're so ugly. Wonderful. I'm taking this.
Alright, you could pocket yourself and add a crucifix of the Golden Dawn to your inventory. The second person was Leroy. You're investigating this guy and looking him over. You were wanting to look into any of the similarities. You're able to take the necklace off his chest. Same as Torn. It's large, solid gold. It's got all the fun iconography and symbols on it. But when you look at it, there's like getting to actually see one up close other than just hearing the name. The Golden Dawn and the Golden Circle have absolutely zero similarities at all whatsoever, unless you were to go, well, they both have crosses involved. That's about it. There's nothing here that is anything remotely close to, like, even the most tame of Protestant Southern Baptist orders and ideals.
Well, it was worth a look. But I can't gather anything from this man's identity.
Yeah, as far as his identity goes, other than looking ghoulish and also shrapnel-ridden, there's nothing on these guys other than the carpet-thick wool robes that they're wearing. Other than these necklaces and the robes, there's nada. One thing you do know, actually, even though it is a 7 investigation, it's not hard to notice this. They're barefoot as fuck, and their feet are callous to all hell. These guys don't wear shoes at all.
More concerning religions.
Peter, you were investigating and looking him over, just sort of a general overlook, trying to see what you can find about him? You find heavy, thick carpet thickness wool robes, very uncomfortable, very unkempt. The large golden necklace hanging around his neck, very calloused hands and bottom of his feet, balding head, very ghoulish complexion, not very much sun, relatively poor hygiene, and you can imagine even worse underneath these robes. With the 14, though, doing a general kind of overlook, you realize by looking at the kind of exposed part of his clavicle and his neck, you've had to wear heavy wool winter jackets in Russia for like a week at a time without a bath, and you know the effects of that. The wear and tear on his like upper shoulder and his neck gives you the impression they're wearing these wool fucking carpet robes like 24/7 all day every day for who knows how many months now.
These guys have not washed in a very long time.
And
I can hear you now. I don't know how good my mic is.
It's going good. It's
Okay.
distinguishable enough. It's a little bassy, but you're good.
Okay.
And Hachu, you're looking at this, you kind of coil in place in your version of kneeling as you get closer to the ground. And you look at it, what you realize is with that 20, if you look at the symbol in in-game images, you realize it is a sort of burnt into the ground, sort of imbued, almost like magnifying glass on paper burn marks. The middle ring of that ring in the middle of the crucifix, the symbols from the middle ring combined with the stars on the outside, and you see all these symbols on the, should I say, cat paws. All of them are just one symbol, and you recognize it as the symbol of Mars. Let me get this here. 1 second and post it in there so you guys know. Pretty straightforward. Yata. Ya. Pa. Pa. You notice on the edge of all those cat paws, instead of the other planetary symbols like you see for the celestial bodies, all of them are a combination of the Martian symbol. This sort of modification, all pointing outwards from the center. And that's sort of burnt into the ground in a similar pattern to these sigils. With your Arcana at 14, you kind of take a little sniff at it because snakes quite literally taste everything, including what they're looking at. They can kind of taste what they're looking at. And you get that nice wizardy tinge on the end of your tongue of do something proper and this will reactivate whatever the hell this circle is. Like, it is very close to being able to be reactivated.
What are you smelling at?
Hi, Gimel.
I dropped the robe back down. I don't know, but whatever it is, I'm sure he doesn't actually want to be smelling it right now.
Well, have me take a look at it.
Question is, what were they doing here? We interrupted something that seemed pretty important to them.
Arcana?
You can. What are you wanting to look at?
Well, I suspect that whatever they were doing here was very Arcana related, like knowledge on like the circle that we just interrupted and the psychic blast that followed.
You want to kind of dip into your knowledge of magic and mysticism and see what you can figure out? Yeah, roll me Arcana.
Yeah. What the fuck were they doing? Question mark.
Don't forget the rainbow too.
Wow.
Yeah, is there any chance I can try religion the same way?
You can
Since
use,
they are technically a religion.
You could use religion to maybe understand a bit more about them. However, you would only be able to gather the same vague information that Torn had already established earlier. They're sort of an occult of the sun and stars. They're of the belief that everything is one matter, and that all pantheons exist as one, but also many, and everything is sort of a unified speck in the middle of nothing. It should be brought to that more pure form by any means. With that 8 Arcana, when you kind of look at it, yeah, you're able to kind of glean, well, that looks like a summoning circle. Can't really decipher too much of it. Oh god, the corpse is flying around. A bird got him.
Well, I'm stumped. Hey, what was this building for? Look at the brickwork. Wait a minute.
What? Grab one.
Roll me a history check.
I was gonna.
I feel like I'm seeing something out of One Piece, fucking Whitebeard bullshit.
God, 27. Was that a 19 plus 8? Jesus Christ. Yeah, what was the established number? 1408 in the summer of July is when these ruins were originally built. Fucking that comes back to you, and you're able to look at this and be like, yeah, it was obviously built in the summer because of this, obvious brickwork with that 2070 to look at it. This was straight up just a citadel with some outlying heavier duty buildings. Judging by the layout of it, the terrain, and how things were built, this was meant to be sort of the keep. At the top center of this sort of elevated part of the forest, and the parts lower down, judging by their shape and design as you guys push through them, and the fact that this entire elevated part, anything that wasn't elevated that had a building on it, was sunken in and had a look like it was on a moat. This was basically a large fortress built on top of a artificial moat that worked like a big lake rather than just a perimeter moat. Everything was a moat other than where the buildings were actually erected.
This wasn't a holy place. It was more of a...
There's not an ounce of this that was meant to be holy or magical whatsoever. Your typical things where like you'd have other buildings that have had summoning before, or sacrifices, or an ability to speak from or gather in. There's not an ounce of this one's design or layout that matches any of that in the world. This was not made as a religious center. This was made as a purely defendable location that was secure.
Okay. They came here. This is not a holy location to them at all. This was simply a convenient location.
I assume probably because of the remoteness of this. So they won't be bothered by people.
I'd assume, yes, but what were they doing here?
Did we finish investigating the rest of the bodies? I can't remember.
If you'd like to investigate the others, you can. Roll me an investigation. And anyone else that would like to contribute as you guys kind of look over the bodies and whatnot.
Yeah. Hold your nose.
Trying to look over Bear Guy here, and not doing a great job.
You're gonna look over.
While
the
I'm investigating,
yes, Baron specific.
Alright.
Or ex-bear, I guess.
While I'm looking over the bodies, I want to snag one of their symbols too.
Alright, you can add a crucifix of the Order of the Golden Dawn to your inventory. And with these investigations, Leroy, you look them over. You get 2 more crucifixes off the other 2, but all these guys are freeballing it underneath some very uncomfortable robes that they've been wearing forever. These guys are
nice.
very naturalist. They're
Take
hermits.
Man, that probably itches real bad, I bet.
You ever wear a wool jacket with nothing underneath?
No.
It hurts.
Oh.
It's painful.
Why would I want to do that? No.
Honestly, you get surprisingly used to it surprisingly quickly.
Keeps you warm.
I did not come this far
That does help.
and do all of this to find nothing.
Nikos, you look over. You do get that additional crucifix, but you don't find or notice anything else on him. Peter, you try to look him over. You don't find a thing. In fact, if anything, you get a little distracted by a rock that has a little more moss on it than the others, and you're like, "Ah, that's a cool rock."
I'm trying to survive the impact of that first guy who I looked under his skirt.
And Torin, you go to the what's left of the guy that has been rapidly aged a bit, is showing the full effect of the almost 20 rounds that you guys put into him. His body is riddled. It is not doing great at all. These are some very large calibers. And when the pelt fell off of him, it fell off like a cape. All the parts that it was attached to him and made him in his bare form, all those parts are devoid of skin and most of its tissue. So he is properly flayed and done for. However, with that 8, you do notice the bear skin is still there. It's laying next to him.
Like pick it up between two talons and hold it like a dirty pair of panties. Like
It is very heavy. Your usual pelt is dried out and treated on the inside, so it's like leather, typically. This one, you noticed when he was wearing it, and also when he pulled it over his head, and even now still, it's not fresh in quotations because of him. It's just always had this weird fresh look under it. It's like the skin and some of the tissue on the underside of the fur is still just alive.
Can I roll Arcana on this?
You can. The 11's just barely enough to tell that this is somehow oddly staying fresh for a skinned pelt.
This is magical.
I'll take a look at it too.
Yeah.
Why not?
Roll me Arcana.
6. Worse. Damn.
That's a wet bear pelt you got there. Why is it still skin where it should be leather?
No, it's magical.
Weird. Yeah, probably.
Nothing makes any sense. I'm so upset.
That's just life sometimes, you know? Things don't always make sense.
There's no books to read on this.
Hey, I'll take a look at it there, buddy.
Please.
Hachu, give me Arcana.
Kobold's having a fucking mental breakdown over lack of evidence.
Things have just gotten weird in the past time, you know?
Hachu, you may do so with advantage. Roll me again.
Oh. Okay. Alright, let me...
You don't have to toggle
click on
advantage,
it
you can
again.
just roll it again. Yeah.
That was even worse.
Still doesn't work. You look at it. Yeah, the kobold's onto something. It's definitely magical in some way, but you of all people, somehow it's not really making a connection. It just seems like a sort of fresh bear pelt that hasn't been dried.
Can I take a look around the rest of the area, see where they're like sleeping and I guess not doing their laundry?
Yeah, you can check the outside area. Give me a general investigation check.
Kobold stomps off in frustration, finds a corner to pout in.
You should look in that corner before you sit down. These don't exactly strike me as the kind of people who would shit in a consistent location.
I'll cut off a piece of that pelt for myself.
Give me 1 second. Let me get this updated here. Why is this not working?
Just pressing his face against a wall in the corner.
I gotta toggle everybody's icons to get them to light back up again real quick. Alright, perfect. There we go. Haha. Okay, got it. So, you were trying to cut the pelt?
Yes, that is correct.
Give me a strength save.
Oh, Lord.
Mm.
Okay, mouse. There we go. Couldn't find my mouse. Strength save. Oh boy, I can't wait to see how this fails. What? That's what I get. I get the one I have a +1 on.
You take your knife out and you go to cut a part of it near the shoulder to start cutting at the edge of it. The knife gets maybe a 1/4 inch in before one of the arms raises up and goes to smack you across the chin, and you just kind of brace yourself and it bounces off your head for a moment and kind of limply falls back and is hanging like a coat again.
So, I don't think that was horrible.
What happened?
Oh, gee, you think?
I just tried cutting a piece off this pelt, and its arm raised up and tried to hit me.
Here, drop on the ground.
I'm gonna just not mess with it anymore.
We're taking this, and I'm not carrying it.
We go over to Peter, who joins the other commandos walking up with Sabine in hand over one of their shoulders, trying to be kind of careful and gentle with her. Yeah, you're able to walk the perimeter in the outside area. These guys have been here evidently for a while. You can't say how long. You do find one of the outlier buildings had some cooking being done in it. But you don't see anything reminiscent of beds. What you do find is in the same building that was used for cooking, there's a side room where a prompt hole was dug as the residential, like, shithole. And you find
buildings they eat.
The
horrible
shit where you
hygiene.
eat. Great idea.
It's in a side room, but in the same ruin. And you find a sort of grassy patch of ground with some hay on it that seems pretty evident they slept in shifts. Whether they were the cultists or the guards or a combination in between. And they just slept straight up on the floor.
What a rustic life they led.
Do I find like any books or anything like that? Do they have any?
There's not a single article of writing or literature or books or pages on anybody or anything here.
Damn, not even a cookbook.
This is a summoning circle.
The lieutenant kind of approaches you guys as the radioman takes a knee and starts pulling the headset up and starts kind of quietly speaking into it. The medic goes to look to some of the commandos, make sure they're okay, and then joins them and kind of pulling the perimeter. As the lieutenant walks up, looks to all of you. Well, all things considered, I assume this went rather well for you. I heard the gunfire and it stopped rather quickly, but I suppose what have you found?
I point over to the symbol on the ground. That.
Goodness, Hachu, could you please mute?
Hachu, you got a lot of background pickup.
Oh, as it is. Sorry, I thought I pressed the mute button. My bad, y'all.
Oh, good.
God.
We'll be back to normal next week.
Yeah. No worries. He kind of looks over at the summoning circle, steps over next to it, and goes to kick one of the outlier symbols on the equivalent of one of the paws of the crucifix. And he kind of kicks it and scuffs it a little bit. I would like everybody to make me a dex save, please.
Oh boy! Or rough.
Here we go again.
I was gonna say that's a nice strength save.
There we go. Torin's fine. Leroy's fine. Hachu's fine. Peter's fine. Nikos, unfortunately, despite the shield, you and the lieutenant, when he kicks this, a red, sort of rusted colored burst of energy erupts out of the middle and rocks the both of you back about 10 feet as you land on your asses and kind of knocks the wind out of you. And any of you who are magically inclined or studied, roll me Arcana.
There we go.
Does that include me in this case or no?
That would include you, yes.
Okay.
8.
I'm going to also rush over to them and see if they're okay. Wow, we have good dice.
You have the best
Yeah.
dice. None of you know what the fuck that was or what happened. You're kind of looking to those two, making sure they're
Wait.
okay, mostly. Torin,
My 20?
though,
Oh.
no,
Torin got it.
none of them do. Torin, though, you kind of brace your feet as it hits you in the face. It almost feels like a gust of rusted air hits you, and it has that same kind of tinge to it. It kind of hurts, but you look at it, and for a half moment, you're the only one that catches the brief flicker in the kind of red dusted poof that it lets out before it dissipates. Let me send you a image here real quick.
Imagine.
Maybe don't do that again.
Okay. So,
talk basically, so
I had to fix that real quick. My apologies. So as it erupts out and you get that rusted tinge of sort of dust to the face, everybody else looking to the two that get launched back. Torin, you managed to grab a small glimpse of something inside the center of that sort of poof as it fully wears away and disappears with the sort of damaging of the summoning circle. You see this, and I will send it to your messages.
Oh, don't do that again.
Please. Yeah.
Lieutenant's kind of raising up a little bit, gets to his feet. I was unaware that was what that was.
I want Milwaukee pack out, but I'm not willing to pay Milwaukee prices.
It's hard to explain.
That's what we hear coming from the summoning circle.
Good.
An insect of sorts.
And I believe I disrupted whatever the circle was summoning. I suppose broke the tether, but...
Wait, what exactly did he do again?
He smudged one of the burnt into the ground symbols with his foot, and the moment he did that, it caused it to give that little explosion and wither away.
Well, you might have just done a good thing. Insect isn't a nice word. It looks looks like a big one, a big not nice one, with teeth.
You see him tilt his head a little bit and kind of look to you with a little more attention. He looks to Nikos for a second to make sure Nikos is okay. Kind of forgets that thought and walks over and takes a knee in front of you, Torn.
Yeah?
You've seen a cockroach before, yes?
It's not a cockroach.
Were one to walk on two legs, would you say it was?
Sorta. I'm thinking it's like it's like a locust, but with like teeth. And it's cockroach. A cricket. I don't. It's scary. Okay.
Puts a hand on your shoulder and just gives a little nod, kind of tilting his head. He seems to know a little bit of something. And
you've heard of angels with a shotgun. Get ready for cockroach with a shotgun.
Gives kind of a second nod to you and a smile, raises up. Well, I suppose inadvertently we did what we came here to do.
What did we come here to do?
Find out what they were doing, and it seems they were attempting to summon something. Using the, I believe they refer to it as the Bifrost, the large rainbow that was crashing here routinely. And it would seem they were, by your description, attempting to summon something from the Celestial Pantheon.
Mars.
Precisely.
And that was a giant cockroach?
I think there was more than one.
We say that. Okay, not we. We refer to them as that because the only sighting of them was back in, I believe it was 1868. And he kind of looks over to Leroy and Hachu. It was a southerner, in fact, like yourselves. A lawman. There was an attempted summoning like this thwarted before, just north of Texas. But some of these beings made it through before it was disrupted fully. They, at least on paper, were described as essentially sort of ravenous, large cockroaches.
Yeah. So, that's it? We're done here?
I believe we are, and considering we have lost 3, and you have also, unfortunately, lost one of your members, we should get back with haste.
I want to know where you're pulling this myth from, because Google shows nothing. Oh, shit. Alternate history.
I can buy a lot of little cabals and little noodles and little hearsays for this particular one.
That sounds like it was a mission in the previous campaign that he ran.
Exactly, yeah.
And that strange pelt, we need to take that back. That's important.
Well, considering Wondrous Company is primarily focused in the field of magical items and artifacts, I would consider that to fit that ramification.
I'm not carrying it.
Well, of course not. And he kind of waves over to one of the commandos who walk over and pulls out kind of like a big trash bag and rolls it kind of carefully, puts it into it, cinches it off, and then kind of puts it up over his shoulder and readies his rifle again and goes back to pulling a perimeter. And correct me if I'm wrong, Mr. Treekoff, I believe we have maybe 2 to 3 day window if we are to resurrect the poor fairy here.
Yeah, you told me it was like 8 hours, didn't you? Last time?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it is what shorter than that? Closer to probably 6 hours at this point.
He goes a little
That
bit.
is what I was going to ask.
He goes a little bit wide-eyed. Oh. Then we should definitely hurry.
Could you magic people possibly try and summon back her soul with this thing? Can you change it? And if not, should we completely destroy the remains of this magic circle?
He looks to you a little bit hesitantly at the mention of trying to utilize it, as if you're implying, yeah, why don't we hijack the Rainbow Bridge to jump to another continent? And he kind of gives a little bit of a head tilt at that, but as you continue on, he nods. No, we should smooth out the site entirely and ensure it can't be utilized or researched further after we leave.
I take it you'll have demolition charges to do so.
Clean up, everybody. Do your share.
He gives a nice, confident nod to that, looks over, and the radioman pulls out what you imagine was probably a sack full of, like, radio parts, maybe, on his hip, like a gas mask case, opens it up, and starts pulling out quarter-pound Composition B charges and some wiring.
But wait, the rainbow, the shield, what's the source of the influence over this place?
Gives kind of a confused look to you. Well, the Vel, I'm assuming, was part of the summoning circle itself? And he kind of looks upwards, and you all realize somewhere in that foray during the breach, the Vel is no longer there. And everything is relatively nice and shiny and clean, and further outwards from the bubble. And he gives kind of a shrug at that. I suppose it came from the summoning circle, and what was the other worry you had, Mr. Thorn?
The rainbow.
Oh, yes. Well, assumedly, they were... I'm no arcane expert, but it seems they were attempting to summon something by utilizing that same magic process.
So this is just where it lands naturally.
Well, unnaturally, I believe this may have been what you would call a magnet?
I didn't think you could use rainbows that way.
He gives the most genuine shrug because he is spitballing.
None of this makes sense!
Well,
magic. It doesn't have to make sense.
Yes, it does!
It just has to work.
The radioman walks past you and takes a knee and starts setting one of the Comp B blocks between two of the more opened up floor bricks and starts running the wire around it. And he gives kind of a grumbled, magic never makes sense, mate.
I'm leaving.
At this point, I'm just gonna grab the little kobold and just start dragging him out of there. Hey, man, you know, you did what you could, but we gotta let these guys get to it, because you don't want to be here when that shit blows.
I do not like being manhandled!
So, do we have, like, if we don't try and res her right now, do we lose Sabine, or does she get rezzed off screen at this point?
It might be off screen. You have no means really right now to do anything, unfortunately. It means you guys will essentially trek with just the lieutenant and the medic, as you guys will make a very fast beeline down the same path you took before to get back to the landing zone. And we'll do a little bit of a montage here. You guys recover some weapons and ammo off the previous guys that you killed, so you can replenish all your ammo counts to full again.
I don't even remember what mine's supposed to be.
There should be a total ammo count, and there should be a cylinder ammo count on your sheet.
I
was running over total the whole time.
Yeah. You had extra.
None of them are carrying this fucking caliber.
I don't think I have cylinder.
Let me check and see here. Give me one moment. Let's see. Leroy. If you go down, so you got luck points, revolver ammo, and revolver ammo total. The total is how many spare rounds you got. The revolver ammo top one is how much is currently in your gun.
Okay. I just wanted to confirm.
Yeah.
Quick question. You know, I'm not magically inclined at all, but is there a way to put Sabine's body into stasis that might increase the timer that we have to resurrect her?
Unfortunately, no. The hard part with Fey creatures is they're very precise and sort of limited in some of their timing and timeline and order of business, which gives a little extra haste to you guys as you are just short of a fast walk, or just a little bit above a fast walk, but just a little bit under entering an actual jog, as you guys make your way back to the landing zone.
I was trying to drag the kobold, but he dragged himself.
Just as you guys make your way on through the forest, down the old path, over and around, and about 3 hours goes by from the original 8-hour trek that it took to get out here, as you guys finally find yourselves moving along the ravine and approaching the landing site.
We're just stomping through the woods instead of carefully sneaking, being careful, just...
Yeah, you guys are just rolling through with some haste as you get to the edge of the big clearing that made for the impromptu landing site for this cargo plane. And there's still the couple guys there pulling sort of a looser perimeter. The plane has been turned around and is set back up to be able to spool up and take off. And upon seeing you guys, the lieutenant gives a little spinny hand symbol, and the two pilots give a nod and start climbing up into the plane and are starting to already prepare it and prep it. You hear the fuel starting to activate a bit as the engines are slowly starting to give little half rotations and choke up. And eventually you hear a nice, passive, sort of thunderous boom off in the distance. It echoes for a little while, and then fades out. And you can assume that was the systematic demolition of an already ruined ruin. As shortly after about 30 minutes behind you guys, the second team and the radiomen finally show up, having hauled ass a whole lot quicker, and come clambering on into the plane. You guys climb in as well, get into your seats. The plane gives a very nice, unceremonious, bumpy takeoff across this opening glassy field, and manages to actually clear the tree line and take off. You guys gain some altitude. You start flying as you realize that hour mark is now ticking down to a half hour. And then, looking at your watch, you realize more than enough time has gone by already. As there's no chance, there's no way you could have gone anywhere with any haste or in any way that could have saved her. Peter specifically, you see a little bit of that sort of fey color around her give the very faint sort of fade and fully dissipates as you guys are about an hour into this flight.
Okay, I guess I'm going to give her a last rite on the last of the flight.
You conduct the last rite for her, and you feel like it hits sort of a sentimental note, but not really a actual effect or magical note, considering it doesn't really work on Fae. But you get sort of a mental ping, sort of a note back from, assumedly, the Fae realm, of sort of a positive, kind of thankful note as the prayer finishes.
Okay.
And you guys continue your long flight, although successful mission, having successfully ended what you needed to, investigated it in force, recovered some items. You are making your way back, and pretty soon, after passing through a very shallow, sort of quiet, hummed rainstorm, you guys see the cliffs of England and the coastline. You're flying along, and temperatures getting a little bit warmer, a little bit murkier. The troops are seeming a little bit more happy. You see in the back where there is 3 sort of cases where they have recovered the other bodies of the fallen commandos and having secured them as well for the flight.
Yeah, well, we're flying up before last rites on them too.
Alrighty. They'll be definitely appreciative of that and kind of looking over. You get the notion this team is been doing this for a little while, and is the first time like they got hit pretty substantially. As you guys pass over and you start entering the outer airspace of London proper, entering the inner airspace, and then you start approaching anybody who is kind of looking forward or out the windows to the side, give me a perception check.
Kobold has been ocean staring the whole flight.
I swear, if London is on fire.
London is gone.
Or are we showing up in time for the fleet review for the coronation of King George? Whichever one it is.
That might be a small note somewhere in my notes, but not at this moment, no.
Big Ben looks so small.
Well, it should seem smaller, but it's getting a bit bigger. As all of you that are looking forward or out the window kind of idly or actively, you're realizing, wow, those building levels are getting a bit close. We're getting really close to ground level. Why are we flying 30 feet above the roofs? What the fuck are we doing? Kobold is the only one, Torin, who hits the number needed to smush the side of your face against the glass to get sort of a straightforward look out those little porthole windows. And you realize you are flying towards, you've seen the image of it before. It's a very large, very intricate, beautiful museum and college in some part of London. More specifically, Nikos, let me double check and make sure here.
Buildings! Buildings! Buildings!
Aww.
Let me double check here. Ah, yep, okay. So you didn't attend this one, but you're familiar with Greenwich. Specifically the University of Greenwich. As it looks like you're about to crash into it as the plane starts arcing down. You hear the wheels start going down. You hear the plane start kind of pulling back on its engines. And seems wartime preparation prepared a lot of things. Unbeknownst to any of you until you're actually touching down, you realize a number of buildings have been knocked down to make for a private, small landing strip in the middle of Greenwich University.
It's Greenwich, you uncultured fuck.
Greenwich, Worcestershire.
Watch your sister sauce.
Worcestershire sauce.
Somebody from a place that has East and West Greenwich as their as towns in my home state.
Yeah.
I hate you right now.
Greenwich.
Like Greenwich Village.
But you guys land here, and you realize this landing strip has been properly made and very nice. As you're looking out the windows, you see anti-aircraft emplacements, old school Bofors surrounded by sandbags. You see British
Are they
riflemen.
really old school at this point? Shouldn't they be new?
In quotations. It was the older Bofors. It was the pom-poms. It was the classic ones. The reserve
Pom-poms aren't
status.
Bofors, though. The pom-poms are Orlican, aren't they, James?
Were they Orlican?
What?
The pom-pom guns. Those were made by Orlican, weren't they? They're not Bofors. Like the Chicago piano.
The QF 2-pounder pom-pom, known as the pom-pom, was the British autocannon used by the Royal Navy. Who made it? Huh. Anyways, yeah. So you got anti-aircraft positions
It was
surrounded
Vickers
by
Armstrong.
sandbags. Vickers, okay. That makes sense. It would be Vickers. You got some troops idly walking by. You have multiple men in kind of business suits and sort of upper status suits with suitcases or pushing carts. Very quickly you realize this is a acquired part of Greenwich University that has been turned into a military station / camp / research / museum. As you get the notion that you're probably arriving at OSS headquarters in London.
Well, this is new. believe they leveled several dormitories for this.
Plane comes to a nice landing, goes around to a little rotation. You get the notion, like, it's a small airfield meant exclusively for, like, 2 planes at a time, at most. And considering there's no actual hangar, they probably aren't staying here. They're just landing and doing touch and goes and the like. As they rotate around and kind of taxi back out to the runway and ready themselves for a takeoff again, the door opens up and the sort of cargo hatch on the side gets pulled open as some troops and avionics techs come by. They're checking the engines, looking it over, helping unload the cargo, the bodies of the other commandos. And you see a very sort of stout officer approach you guys and step to the door and kind of look in, taking the hat off his head. Ah, yes. Wondrous Company, correct?
Indeed.
Ah, good. I believe we have a debriefing to do then. Please, hop off, stretch your legs. I'll meet you over here. The main corridor, you can't miss it. It's the only building with 2 large, very large doors on the front of it, just across the runway. I'll meet you in the lobby shortly. And he kind of leans back out and starts briskly walking away.
Is that really what we're called? Wondrous Company?
I would say that the events of our first mission were anything but wondrous. So we'll see if we keep the motto.
It's wondrous that we're all alive.
It's in like a philosophical sense rather than our perspective sense.
As you guys take your time to hop off, stretch, arch your backs a little bit, get some pops and cricks out as you walk across the tarmac, you see, it's a nice odd mix of both scientists, nuns, a handful of priests, what is probably some foreign warlocks and mages maybe, some men of the cloth, some regular dudes in suits, what looks like a lot of workers and various information gatherers, some very obvious writers and linguistics experts and the like, average troops walking around. It is a very busy location as you guys make your way over to what is more than likely the main building for what's been occupied and turned into OSS use. As you make your way into the lobby, and instantly you are flagged down by a somewhat younger military private who comes up. He's got his helmet on, got the little gas mask case on his chest, about to give you a half salute, and then stops and realizes none of you are actually like full military, and kind of
I'm gonna return it anyway.
Once you give him the full salute, he'll go back to giving a proper salute. Yes, right this way. And guides you guys into a little kind of, you could say used to be classroom. It's got that classic like 20 rows of where chairs and seats would be, and majority of them been pulled out and replaced with maps, billboards, standees, filing cabinets, and the instruction area where normally you would have the main like speaker or the professor has been turned into a series of desks with radios, tables, a large projector that's projecting onto a big screen up at the front. This is essentially one of the briefing rooms and sort of debriefing rooms, as he motions for you guys to get cozy and take some seats at the front before turning and walking out.
Reminding me of my time back in Cambridge.
This is a slightly more comfortable climate for me. All the men in uniform slightly clash with the drapes, but
I'm just looking around to see if there's any gambling or money making going on here, because that's more up my alley.
There probably is, just not in this part of the.
See, these English, they don't understand the meaning of fun.
I can assure you, Mr. Johnson, we do understand the meaning of fun. As the officer comes walking into the side area, he has 3 books, 2 scrolls, and what looks like a of a clipboard with a bunch of papers in it in one arm that he is looking over as he walks in behind you guys and starts walking over to the stage, setting the books down, laying out the scrolls.
You do books.
I do indeed books.
No, you understand the meaning of fun. You brought books.
Oh, these aren't for me or you. I was just returning these here.
Oh.
I should introduce myself. I understand this may come on a little bit of a negative note. I understand we did take a loss during your crowning mission, and I must apologize. We didn't send nearly the amount of support and effort that we should have for this, and maybe didn't make quite the entrance with this new effort. But I'm getting ahead of myself. My name is Mr. Ernest Dunlop Swinton, but you can also call me Major General Swinton. I'm with British Army Intelligence and the Military Arcane Studies Department, formerly Avionics Warcraft. I am leading the OSS's London branch, and where you will be spending most of your operational time should you decide to stay with this opportunity. I understand all of you were approached by Major General Donovan, or as most of you probably have come to know him as Wild Bill.
What?
Good old Bill.
I gave a non-committal nod and stroked my mustache and don't say a damn thing.
Kobold is looking around in confusion at everyone else.
Mr.
Well, you yourself was taken out of a museum, so I don't know about you being recruited.
Well, wherever you all may have been located, acquired, or reached out to, Donovan found it applicable to find gifted and special persons like yourselves, be it in intelligence or ability or heritage, whatever it may be. You seem like a very gathered and eclectic bunch, so I believe he was onto something with this. Torin, I believe you might be a little bit out of the loop here.
Yeah.
So, I suppose I'll start from the beginning. The Office of Strategic Services feels a idea should be conducted. There's magical artifacts and items all across this world that have become important. Could be very capable, could become very helpful in future endeavors. We have also come to understand that not only private, should we say, attempts, but would be rival, if not nefarious, and bordering on the evil attempts on these items and recovering them, or finding their secrets, is also being headwayed at an alarming rate. Both America and the various elements of the United Kingdom can't ignore this, but we can't just throw our average troops into this matter, as certain other groups have found using specialized persons has proven very fruitful for them. Who are we to go against what seems to work? Thus, all of you make up our first trial attempt at what has been, should I say, nicknamed the Wondrous Company. However, I believe you guys are actually known as, and he looks at his notes here and gives kind of a smile, the Special Purpose Magical and Arcane Science Research and Exploration Combat Company. I believe Wondrous Company rolls a little easier off the tongue.
Guinea pigs is what you mean.
Not Wondrous sounds good now.
I agree. Mr. Donovan had the idea to reach out to each of you, and I understand in private and in secret, deals and barters and trades have been made with all of you to make sure that you are, whatever you're listening to, Kamichak, to make sure you are all aptly paid, or harbored or assisted in some way, shape, or form for your efforts here.
I perk up at the sound of pay and inquire, exactly what do you mean by pay, sir? I assume any artifacts we obtain, if they benefit us, are ours to pocket. However,
Well,
we're not doing this for free.
Of course. Well, private, should we say, discretion and obtaining of items will, of course, be on the table. I understand that Mr. Donovan has reached out to each of you and established what would be a contract or a deal or a barter, be it a salary, a ranked pay, a agreement of some sorts with each of you. I have been informed that it is something that is to be kept between exclusively each of you and Mr. Donovan himself when he should speak to you. As I'm sure you understand, he's not here currently and is actively in DC, but will be making routine visits here as I will there. And based upon certain operations, the OSS also has headquarters and operational camps in various parts of the world that you might find yourselves located in from time to time. This, of course, all determined by whether or not you should wish to stay in this. I understand this was a very headfirst sort of blitzed attempt, a Hail Mary into stopping something that we thought would be of importance, and from what I'm reading of the debrief from Lieutenant Gygax, it seems it very much was.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I will read this debrief, but I suppose I will lay out for you the process from this point forward. Should you choose to stay in the employ of the OSS, we will be giving you full autonomy, as much support and funding as possible, and you can understand how much of this will be done in secret. And you will be given access to more wondrous and magical and scientific, should we say, experiments and discoveries to aid you in your various missions, whatever they may be. Whether these missions are simply investigations or recoveries. However, as you have seen, we also cannot rule out and have found it seems you are quite capable of it, should you choose to embark on it, over our average inclined field units. Sometimes items need be acquired by force, and sometimes force needs be used to ensure another group doesn't obtain said item. If you understand my meaning by that.
The literal one or the inferred one?
Both. However, I understand I need probably introduce each of you if you have not, I'm assuming, already gotten to know each other, but allow me to make sure I have our information correct. As you can understand, paperwork has been quite scattered. We have Mr. Leroy Copeland, I believe I pronounced that correctly.
You did, sir.
You are from the Confederate States, if I'm not mistaken, and are very gifted in your French, should I say, heritage and trades works. Able to obtain any item and any device from anywhere it should come.
You could say that.
Got a little bit of feedback, Hachu.
Oh, dang, I got ready.
All good.
And my answer was, you could say that.
Very
with
good.
a bit of a nod.
Reason he was reached out to is it's come to Mr. Donovan's understanding that Mr. Copeland here is, in his words, can acquire anything from anyone in any place and knows enough people to be of use. I hope that doesn't degrade and aptly shows your capability in should I say, use within our company.
Every squad needs a gentleman who can produce a coin out of thin air, or yeah, I don't know. I was going somewhere with that.
I think we have the idea. A savant of the trade and knowledge of the underspeech. We also have, and forgive me if I pronounce this incorrectly, so I may just refer to you as Mr. Treekov? Chaikov?
Father Troikov.
Father Troikov. Ah, yes, I see. And he starts looking through the notebook a little bit more. Ah, yes. You are a man of the cloth of the Russian Orthodox, and also a Cossack of the Royal Guard. My apologies, Father.
Goodness.
The Guard had long been dissolved by the time the Soviets acted.
I do apologize for that. We unfortunately chose to remain very neutral in what occurred. While we did offer what help they felt was applicable at the time, I personally feel we could have helped more. So, I do apologize. But, being a man of the cloth and very gifted in various healing arts and religious abilities, gifted to him we can only assume by the Orthodox itself, Mr. Troikov is a very capable healer and fighter within the party, and is rather well versed in religious histories and knowledge. We also have, and he looks over to the far side, I do not see a last name here, Mr. Torin?
It's Levencroft.
Levencroft? As in the Levencroft Sr.
Yes, he is a...
You are not Levencroft Sr. or Jr.
No, I'm not.
Might I ask why you're here, then?
Sir, Levencroft Sr. is 86 years old. Adventures are beyond him. He passed the duty on to his son, who then saw fit to pass it on to me.
He gives kind of a raised brow look to you for a second, kind of ingesting that. Well, I suppose it would have been nice to have been informed.
Yeah, same.
Mr. Levencroft Jr. was not joining us as requested, but judging by the report I was given, you seem very astute and capable in what we were hoping Levencroft Jr. would provide, which is, and he kind of looks to everybody else with this, a very wide sense and understanding of history, archaeology, and exploration, with a particular interest. With a particular interest in the obscure and magically weird, I believe your museum specialized in.
Unnatural history, yes. It's in mild competition with the more popular museum, the one of natural history. It's sort of a small rivalry.
Huh. Well, perhaps I'll have to visit your museum next time I am in DC.
I'd be honored.
However,
You might be able to see him inside the in one of the exhibits too.
Which one?
He's made that joke twice, Mr. Torn. Were you an exhibit?
Yes. Okay. I was brought to the museum as an egg, and well, as coupled eggs tend to do, they don't stay as eggs for forever. And the idiot who Look, I grew up in a museum. I learned a lot. I surpassed my history as an exhibit, and I became a curator of one of the most profound museums in Boston.
He offers kind of a hand with like a, alright, slow down motion. I understand, sir. And I will say, judging from this report, you seem to fit the bill of exactly what we were hoping to get from Levencroft. So, I see no reason if you should feel obliged to continue the contract that was offered.
Thank you. I wasn't made aware of any contract. I believe that Levencroft Jr. may have withheld valuable information.
I believe so. You may need to follow up with him on that in due time. For we had sent for Senior, but understanding of his age now, I wonder why Junior did not reply himself. But that's for a later time, perhaps something for you to look into. As long as you are able to provide your source, which is arcane history and obscure understanding, as well as a prowess in general history and archaeology, then you will be of great use. As you can probably tell, we don't have as much centralized knowledge as we would like in much of these occurrences.
That I can try, sir.
Also, judging by the report, it seems you are capable of defending yourself, so hopefully that will not be required, but if it should happen, at least we know you are not entirely incapable.
Thank you. That felt like a backhanded compliment.
It needs a little bit of work.
Gives a little bit of a nod and kind of a smile, looks over, and then looks to his notes and gives a little bit of a frown for a second. She is no longer with us, unfortunately. Miss Sabine Shimmermist. She was originally from the southern ferries of the Broken Veil. Specifically out of what is this? Birmingham, California. California? No. Flips 2 more pages. Alabama. Birmingham, Alabama. Ah, another Confederate, it seems. Either way, she had a particular ability to harness and understand the veil between various realms, and also a intricate knowledge of much of the realms outside of our own. However, it seems she may be retired to her realm at this time and may remain there for a while. Keeps looking down a little bit further. Ah! This is a name I actually do recognize. I was friends with one of your professors, I believe. Nikos Zagros. I studied under... He starts trying to jot his brain for a second. His name escapes me. We both served at Gallipoli together. Torin, in fact. You may not know this of Levencroft Sr. He also served with me at Gallipoli.
Really?
It would seem...
well, hopefully you heard good things about him from me.
Exclusively that, I believe that's why they may have reached out to you. Mr. Nikos Zagros here is, as you can tell, not of our human race and kind, much like Torin and Mr. Hachu, and has a very gifted and intricate belonging to a pantheon of Greek knowledge and understanding, and a harnessing of good battle prowess with water and a hoplite fashion. As well as I see quite a bit of knowledge in your heritage and family history and Greek and Ptolemaic history as well. That will come of quite a bit of use, I believe. Scrolling down a little bit further. Ah, yes, Mr. Johnson, Hachu, I believe it is pronounced. I actually have very little information here. It simply says, and I say this out of respect, it is in quotations.
Hold on, exactly my dad's talking to him.
Oh, okay. Oh no.
Can somebody ask me a question in real life?
Oh, good. You good to talk?
Besides that, it's
All right.
He's kind of looking through the
Well,
list, and
sir.
he gets to you. I see most of your information here is actually not really present. It says, and I say this out of no offense, it is in quotations from Mr. Donovan himself, diplomatic goon and skilled enforcer. Does that summarize you correctly?
Well, that's definitely one description. But I'd just say I'm the right man in the right place. I'm not giving you a lot to go off of, I understand, but
I
for
am
some
not one to
things-
question. I am just a little... I believe Mr. Donovan saw something worth your efforts, and it seems it comes with high regard from him.
there are some abilities that most would find unnatural. That I
Are
would
you
prefer
of
not
a...
to talk about.
Ah, very well. I will mind my distance and will not pry further. If he feels he can trust you, then I will extend that trust in our efforts. And of course, it seems applicable that it times in a odd way. While it is unfortunate that Miss Sabine Shimmermist has passed and returned to her realm, you can't be serious. And he's flipping another page and then another.
What?
Wild Bill, you bastard. And you hear 2 knocks at the door as the door opens up and a private is kind of hurriedly showing a gentleman in who's able to walk and steps over a little bit to the side of all of you guys. Shaggy, would you like to describe what your guy looks like?
So in walks a man in a imperialistic, German
Hey,
imperialistic
man,
blue
300
trench-
meters, front.
What? What?
He made an Arma joke, ignore.
Man, in meters, front.
Well, way to kill my thunder right there, dick. So a man in a German imperialistic blue trench coat with
Russian, huh?
a similar to like a M1 pot helmet type style, or age appropriate.
Like a
Welding
Stalin?
goggles on his face, a nice blonde mustache, saddled above his upper lip. Hello, I believe I am, why did I go Russian there? Sorry. Hello.
You keep these infectious.
What happens if the mustache is below the upper lip?
Then it becomes goatee, and it looks awkward if it's handlebar style.
Remind me to try that when I grow my beard out again.
Would you be Mr. Schwartz?
He's the Schwartz.
Why is he wearing his helmet inside?
Hello, my name is Wilhelm Schwartz. I am apparently joining your team.
So I have just read in this footnote. Well, applicable timing. We were just introducing the other members of Wondrous Company and getting myself first. Feel free to take a seat.
Seriously? You call yourselves Wondrous Company?
Well, we did
I
not choose
tell you so. We did not choose the name.
It's way shorter and way better than the other version.
What is the actual name?
It would make more sense to you with your long Germanic names.
The Special Purpose Magical and Arcane Science Research and Exploration Combat Company.
It's about 20 syllables.
I'm glad you didn't call yourself Smegma. So Wondrous Company it is then. Okay.
Wondrous company it is. Mr. Schwartz here is... Donovan, why do you do this? Would you say your skills lie within, and I say this gently, explosions and fucking up craters?
In the past, that is essentially what my skills were focused in. Since the various wars I have served in, I've educated myself in chemistry, physics, and mainly those two, but chemistry, physics, and my backstory gets hidden somewhere.
Chemistry and physics, yeah. Those were the main ones.
Is fucking up craters a technical term?
I'm not entirely sure.
I mean, not in English language, but
it's actually more of.
And he is possibly.
It's more of creating craters than fucking up craters.
I understand you were he's looking at the note, a officer of artillery from the Prussian Staff College. Huh.
Oh, that's so cool.
And a veteran of the Great War.
Both the Great War and the I also served with the National Spain in the Spanish Civil War.
Wouldn't that be going on right now?
The miracle he can even hear.
We must sit down and talk artillery pieces sometime. I have a whole collection back in Boston.
You were part of Condor Legion.
That is correct.
You see him raise a little bit of a brow at that. Very well. I will not question Mr. Donovan's selections further, then.
What is a German doing here, given the political tensions?
I'm a little curious at that as well, but considering you are no longer in Germany, nor do you seem to be with the Wehrmacht, I may venture to say without offense that you perhaps were loyal to the Empire.
That is a very good way of oversimplifying it. Yes.
Ah. Well, there may have been bad blood between us before. There is no longer. So, all help will be appreciated, and I cannot promise there will not be the occasional aggression and side-eye from some members. You hopefully understand, much like myself, there are many veterans of the Great War who perhaps exchanged more than just words with you.
Speaking of, where did you fight?
What was that one more time?
Where did you fight?
I fought with I essentially fought with the 1st East Prussian 16th Field Artillery Regiment. Of
And
the
where
First
did
Army
they
Corps.
fight in the war?
Oh, the front lines of Dannenberg and Masurian Lakes. Why am I going Russian right now? Sorry. The first
Idiot is infectious.
1st Army Corps, front lines of Dannenberg. Damn it! I keep doing it. Your accent's gonna fuck me up this whole time.
You just need an
You
hour.
keep
in the
confusing
shower.
an R with a P.
I know, right?
Just lay in bed and talk to yourself in German for a week. You'll have it by next session.
The Dannenberg and Masurian Lakes. Unfortunately, I fought. Fucking. Unfortunately, I fought against the Russian Empire in the Prussian defense campaign. I say that only unfortunately to you because
Obvious
I'm assuming
Russian
you
is
were there.
obvious.
What?
Obvious Russian is obvious.
Still wearing Royal Guards jacket.
Russian Imperial
All
vet
50
meets
years
German
later.
Imperial vet who fought on the Prussian front. Oh no.
He'll
Where
trade
did
you black
serve
bread for borscht.
later in the war? I did not get into the army until 1916. I was at seminary until then.
Unless you dodged. Gotcha.
At least
I did not dodge anything. I was a chaplain on the front lines for much of the war, and in the following civil war. I was one of the last whites to leave Russia.
I'm sensing a little bit of tension right now.
Well, at least we both agree that the imperialist way is better than the communist way that seems to placate the world as of lately.
Almost anything would be better than the godless communist. I go to spit on the ground, but stop myself just short.
Much worse has seen these floors. You may, if you truly feel the need, sir.
It would be impolite.
Come on now, priest. Tell us how you really feel.
Well, you won't have any bad blood for me. I didn't fight in the war.
But since the war, I've actually been teaching, essentially learning and teaching physics and obviously artillery, physics, chemistry, artillery. There are many different things that I've been focused in. Unfortunately, I got called back into the war versus the socialist Spanish, which wasn't
Spain
wasn't
is
my
in
first
a
choice.
little bit of a tizzy at the moment, and
When are they not?
well,
They are currently fighting off communists.
This is what happens when your empire depends on colonial possessions half a world away. It's a long recovery process for that country, and I doubt we'll see it stabilize anytime soon. Doesn't mean there's not money to be made from it.
This gentleman is correct, but you might want to watch what you say around our current benefactors when it comes to colonialism.
I said what I said. I'm here to make money, to acquire knowledge. If it wasn't for the fact that the communists in Russia were broke peasants, I would have made a buck off of them too, but as it was, only the imperialists could afford to pay.
despite your various personal reasons for being here or what you look to acquire out of joining us on these endeavors, I can say we are undoubtedly doing something that is for the good, for the world. However, we must get to our next matter. I feel you may need to fully grasp what is going to be asked of you. So I feel perhaps, as they say, laying it all out would be the best way.
Now, Kilbosnik, I should say that I do not hold any great hatred for a man doing his duty.
That is
Just to make everything clear here.
that is very, very mature for you to say. I didn't catch everybody's name. I might have come in too late. Went fucking Russian again.
I reach my hand out to shake it and say, I am Father Troikov.
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 I incline my head, flip a coin, and say Leroy Copeland.
Mr. Copeland?
Nikos Zagros.
Nikos. Nikos?
Mm-hmm.
That also sounds Russian.
He's Bosnian.
Nah, I'm Greek.
That sounds Russian. I'm
Matt,
Greek.
Matt just said to me in person, he's Bosnian.
Same thing.
How dare you?
You do realize this is a friggin' German imperial officer that basically knows that, like, German Empire is everything. If you're not German, you're probably Russian or American.
You're not wrong. Or the
Why
Commonwealth.
Germany?
Call him a
Implies
Turk.
Germany has an empire. Wink, wink.
He kind of taps the clipboard twice. Well, allow me to indulge you all then, since you're all here. And I will try to make this with a bit of haste. Of course, then, you will all have 48 hours of furlough and leave. Get your items in sort. Get yourselves comfortable, some much needed rest. And of course, tend yourselves to some food once we concede this meeting. However, and he turns and he goes to the big old board on the back of the kind of theater setup, and he clicks the little projector and it starts spooling to life, and it shows the world map that we're currently looking at on screen. And he takes out this kind of like yardstick of sorts.
I would like to take this moment to say that I am once again protesting the existence of Pink Belgium.
Nope, it's staying pink.
Also, I would like to say something because my computer decided to reset while we're doing this. So, give me a minute.
No worries, it's just markers.
You can come in here and look at mine. It's just a map.
Yeah, hold on.
So he kind of walks up to it and turns and looks to all of you. At the moment, we have a rather long list of items, situations, locations, persons, and endeavors that have, should we say, come across our desk. And we feel no unit is better suited at handling whatever may be thrown at them than you all. Or at least that's the hope of this program. But of course, we are not enlisting you, so we can't forcibly send you to where we think you need go. We can give suggestions, but the primary aspect of this will be you deciding among yourselves.
Grab me a carrot. Please.
Oh my god. Deciding among yourselves where you would like to go.
Sorry.
I like carrots. Carrots are good.
Guys, did you see my pun?
I saw the pun. God. That was the worst.
You said it was a holy keep.
You're a holy keep.
Wow. So that's how it's gonna be. Just for that, I'm just gonna draw squares all over your map.
Don't you dare. Oh god, where'd the image go? It's in my files somewhere. I had it.
I'm thinking extra hard.
He's thinking so hard. Give me a
Bashing
moment.
his fist against the side of
He's
his skull.
sitting there going.
Just quiet, everyone. Just shut up, shut up, shut up.
Fucking dial tone sounds.
He's having performance anxiety.
Oh. Hang on. I had this picture set aside and now I can't find it. Where'd it go? No! Hang on.
Dilated pupils, twitching eyelid.
Yeah, they gave him the gas station pills.
Oh god, not the gas station boner pills. Oh god, where'd it go?
Ow.
Let's see, where'd it go, where'd it go, where'd it go? go. I apologize. I had it here, and now I don't know where it went off to.
Light foaming at the mouth.
I found the original without the edit. Give me one quick moment here to do this. Feel free to grab yourself some drinks real quick. We're gonna take a 3-minute quick break here.
Hey guys.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's filling with mustard gas.
Oh jeez.
Really? I just thought the Jolly Green Giant took a stroll
Matt, I got
through.
the super to turn over for a whole 3 seconds today.
That's a massive improvement.
Yeah. She fired over. She idled. Fine. But there wasn't enough fuel pressure to keep it running. Even though I just... Nope, I just changed the fuel pump, so it has a new fuel pump.
Blow out your lines.
But I think the filter's
Sure you put it in the right
jammed.
direction?
Why would you tell him to do
There's
that?
only one direction you can put the damn thing. You have to screw it in.
So I said
When you changed it, did you crack the lines to bleed the system?
My headset's going out of range. What were you saying?
When you after you changed the fuel pump, did you bleed the lines to get the air out of the system?
I did not. I did pop the banjo bolt at the very top past the filter to try to get it to bleed up top, but that didn't do fuck all.
Because if it's been if the fuel pump's been basically shot on it and air got into the friggin' injector lines, there's a chance that you need to bleed it at the actual injectors.
Wait, it's got injectors?
So I mean,
or is it carbureted?
it's EFI.
Okay.
Well,
so if it's EFI, you don't have to worry about the it shouldn't be too high pressure because you're not dealing with diesel. So
that's what I was like. What?
The only other thing I can think of, either that or just, I mean, well, you said it fired over, so your spark plugs are definitely doing good then.
What year is it?
Yep. I mean, so it cranked. It idled with enough bang juice shoved
It's
down
an
the
82.
intake.
What year is it?
So what I was able to do is I was able to. It must be pushing some fuel because there's kind of like a manual override on the 82 Supra to just run the fuel pump indefinitely.
Okay.
So I let it sit for like 20 minutes just running, right? And cranked it without putting starting fluid down the intake. And it turned over and it idled for about maybe 3-ish seconds. But then when I popped the banjo bolt that leads up onto the EFI where the fuel's supposed to go into the injectors, nothing. There wasn't a drop, right?
What year is
Whereas
it?
normally when I pop that bolt on my Forerunner, it just pisses fuel everywhere.
It's
for
an
literally
82
like 20
Celta
minutes.
Supra.
What year is it?
82.
Oh, 82.
So I don't know. My thought process right now is the fuel filter's clogged to shit. But that being said, I already bought a new one and I tried to get the old one out. It is in the worst fucking place imaginable to try to get a fuel filter out.
I mean, yeah, that sounds about right.
It's like against the lower part of the engine block.
Yep.
And it's like angled underneath the EFI, so you can't just work it from the top. And then from the bottom, you have basically your control arm is blocking it from the bottom. So you can't really work it from the top, and you can't really work it from the bottom.
Yeah, there's a reasons why mechanics hate engineers, and that's one of those reasons.
80s Japan import, so all the bolts are going to be different sizes, alternating metric and imperial too. Early 80s
No,
Japan
it's not that bad. It's all.
Is it all metric?
It's all metric. Yeah, it's all metric.
Japanese cars, I will say, that's one of their good things. At least they stick with like one thing. But if it was, let's say,
it wasn't all metric when we had to take the cooling thing out. I can't remember what it's called.
Oh, the fan.
Yeah.
Or we changed the water pump.
Radiator. We took the radiator out to do it.
Yeah, which I
But that
still
could
wonder
have
if I have
been
that back.
aftermarket fix already. If it's from '82, somebody got a aftermarket radiator, and when
That's
they
what
put
I'm
it back
thinking.
in, they got something close enough. So if it was like, because there are some thread pitches that are similar to like a, I mean, I already know like 10 mil 1.5 is really close to 3/8 20. and if it was close enough that it threaded in, it might have worked.
That's
But
what
then
I'm
again-
probably assuming,
Alright.
yeah.
We are back. We are good. Everybody here?
Nope.
Yep.
I'm not.
Just so you know, don't get one from the Tong Yang group. You'll save yourself a lot of trouble.
Hey guys, raise your hand if you're not here.